fell from the eye of the Horus. If you Alexander the Great, then I am the Porus. Coming straight from the mud like I am a lotus. So हाथियों का बल कैसे सकेगा तू मुझे रोका? देख तू कैसे मैं लड़ूं, तुम लोगों से ऐसे ना डरूं. तरूं मैं जिससे मैं तरुण, पानी पे चलूं मैं जिससे मैं वरुण. चाहे मैं जीऊं या मरूं, जो करना चाहूं मैं वही तो करूं. आता है तू ना करीब, तू बेटी चीप, जब तक कटे ना तेरी ये जीप. Better believe you're gonna bleed. Pick up a seat, get your team. I'm the king of kings, brother in arms in a battle. You all gonna die if you act like a vandal. Bring the realms to reality from every angle. This is the public service announcement from Mumbai to the rest of the world. I am a Raja. I am the Raja. भिड़ेगा तो उठेगा जनाजा ना, तू मेरी तरफ आना. आ गया तो होगा फिर तनाजा ना. ये भारतीय भाषा फिर दुनिया सुनेगी ये तराना ना. 'Cause I am the Raja. 'Cause I am the Raja. What do you see? I'm more than average, man. I'm a maverick. I can grow flowers on a barren land. Break a mountain with my bare hands and step back and cause a literal avalanche. Should've been about us traveling. आज तो बुझाई मेरी जैसा मैं tarantula. ना है कोई तोड़ मेरा जब से पूर्वजों का ज्ञान मिला. मेरे जैसा मिलेगा कोई ना तू और चाहे जो भी था सबकी कबर मैंने खो दिया. तुम लगाओ के बोलियां कम पड़े गोलियां. चंद्रगुप्त में मौर्य या किला तू लोरिया. Come to me and you just gonna die. That's really a given. I am invincible and you are invisible. See that's really a difference. Get out of my way, I'll leave the world. The choice is yours. I don't kill my enemies, I play with them. That's what the toys are for. From Mumbai to the rest of the world. I am the Raja. भिड़ेगा तो उठेगा जनाजा ना, तू मेरी तरफ आना. आ गया तो होगा फिर तनाजा ना. ये भारतीय भाषा फिर दुनिया सुने.
फेस कैम बड़ा कर ले. 1 सेकंड रुक. बस क्या भाई तेरे लिए बस. ये क्या आड़ा टेढ़ा हो गया फेस कैम. और राहुल नील. अबे नील वो ना मेरे पास अभी इंट्रो है नहीं. वो ना आई थिंक डिलीट हो गया है. तो मुझे ना अभी नया इंट्रो ही बनाना पड़ेगा भाई. लाइट ही नहीं थी इतनी देर से. क्या गर्मी हो रहा था. आ गई फाइनली लाइट. ए वैभव आज संडे है. तेरे को कैसे क्या छुट्टी है आज. तेरा 9 to 7 वाले जॉब को क्या हो गया. एक सेकंड आया मैं. 1 सेकंड मेरे को कोई बुला रहा है. हेलो बोला. हाँ वॉच पार्टी कर रहा है. गेम देख रहा हूँ भाई. खेल नहीं रहा हूँ. खेल तू. अबे खेलने आने वाला था आज सुबह. उठ गया था भाई सुबह जल्दी. लेकिन ना लाइट ही नहीं था घर पे आज. लाइट कितने देर से गया था. और गया था जा रहा था आ रहा था. जा रहा था आ रहा था. जा रहा था आ रहा था. मालूम नहीं क्या हो रहा था. अभी भी जा सकता लाइट वापस. मालूम नहीं भाई क्या पता क्या लफड़ा हो गया. हॉलीडेज ऑन वीकेंड्स. भाई गेम चालू हुआ अपना. जेंजी वर्सेस RRQ फाइनल्स. क्या चालू है देखता हूं उधर. ये रुक रहे जरा. अपन ना अपना फेस कैम नया ऐड करते. रुक. ये गया भाड़ में. इधर छोटा अपना जो है. हाँ इधर जाने का. सीन 2 में जाने का. फेस कैम फुल. ये किया. वीडियो कैप्चर ये किया. और इधर से मुझे डीएक्टिवेट करना पड़ेगा क्या? एक्चुअली यही कॉपी पेस्ट कर देता ना इस कार्ड, कॉपी, हाँ लो पेस्ट, हाँ लो हेलो एक मिनट। अरे नहीं ऐसा नहीं चाहिए अपने को, एक सेकंड। अभी क्या वर्स्ट अनसाइंड प्लेयर है, वर्स्ट साइंड प्लेयर है भाई। साइंड अनसाइंड कुछ नहीं है, बेस्ट अनसाइंड हो, समझा? अबे भेंडी कैसे करता था रे मैं। एक सेकंड रुको, तेरा भाई रिटर्न करेगा, इसको पहले डीएक्टिवेट करेगा, इधर जाएगा, इधर जाएगा, इधर जाएगा, इधर जाएगा, कस्टम 90 20 1080 हो गया ना भाई। बस सीन एक ही है अभी सीन। अभी एक सेकंड ना, जरा सेटअप कर रहा हूँ, टेंशन मत लो। इसको रिमूव, इधर पेस्ट, आई एम द राजा, टाडा डाडा डाडा टाडा डाडा डाडा। हो गया ना अभी सही, इधर रख देता हूँ ना। हो गया सेटअप डन। क्या चालू है भाई? नाश्ता है, नाश्ता कर रहा हूँ। याद हो कि नहीं भाई? याद है ना? अरे दो मोराडिया इन द चैट। भाई नाश्ता कर रहा हूँ, अभी किया नहीं था। देखा नहीं रे राहुल, गेम चालू नहीं किया।
Is GENG or RRQ in this grand finals. Let's
जीतेगा रे?
down to the stage.
इतना झूठ बोलता है तू, पहली बार आया हूँ मैंने बोला ही नहीं, मैंने वो पैसा ना दे, मैंने बोला दो मोराडिया इन द चैट। हाँ मैंने ऐसा बोला क्या? भाई आज क्रेजी होने वाला है कुछ। फाइनल से भाई आज कुछ तो क्रेजी होने वाला है। डाना डाना। मैं ही वो नील मोराडिया, मैंने नेम चेंज किया है नील से। चुप, तेरा उसका डीपी देख,
경기가 끝나고
ब्लैक कलर है, ये डीपी एन है।
웰컴 마스터즈 젠지 딱 뜨는 순간 지금까지 노력해왔던 시간들이 정말 머릿속에 많이 스쳐 지나가면서 해냈구나라는
I was
생각에
overwhelmed with
감정이
emotion. We did it. भाई RRQ जीतना चाहिए भाई। लास्ट ईयर ही जेंजी जीती है भाई, if I am not wrong. एक बार चेक करते हैं।
처음 데뷔했을 땐 진짜 자신
젠지
있었어요.
라스트 이어를 जीती है ना?
실제로 제가 뛰어본 무대는 좀 많이 다르더라고요. 그때 솔직히 많이
इधर
웃고
दिखता है भाई
있었는데
achievements।
속으로는 좀 많이
ये देखो,
끙끙 앓고 있었던
नहीं
것
थर्ड
같아요.
आया।
DRX에서 나오고 선수 생활을 계속 이어갈 수 있을까라는 의문을 품었을 때 이제 그때 형들이 저를 불러줘서 젠지에
얘라!
합류하게 됐는데
फर्स्ट आई है,
작년엔 젠지가 엄청난
ये
성과를
देखो
이뤄낸
फर्स्ट आई
팀이잖아요.
है, बहुत आई है RRQ।
잘해야 된다는 감각이 너무 많이 생기더라고요. 그러다 보니 잘 못해서 결국 결승전에도 못 가고 그땐 정말 아, 나 때문에 못 가는 건가? 라는 생각에 사로잡혔던 것 같아요.
ये टाइम RRQ जीते फाइनल्स।
My dream was always to become the best player in Pacific. I still remember my Pacific debut against Genji. Maybe I was nervous, but I couldn't really show my full potential.
जेमकिन
and
जरा
we lost the game.
खतरनाक खिलाड़ी है.
After
नेम
that,
चेंज किया
I
है.
made the promise to myself. The next time,
अबे
I
दो
would
दो
show my
आईडी से
true
तो
self.
बात कर रहा है, नेम नहीं चेंज किया है.
And I did pretty well. I thought
कुछ भी
that
बोलते रहता
if
है.
my individual performance is gonna be fine, it will be satisfying. But it didn't. That's when I realized what matters more than my own performance is team victory. No matter how good your stats are, if the team
Yeah.
loses, none of it matters.
스테이지 1 개막전 선발 명단에서 제외됐을 때 그때가 돼서야 정신이 번쩍 들더라고요. 이제 그리고 그때 생각했어요. 이제 눈치 보지 말고 내가 하고 싶은 걸 해보자고.
This stage 1, the team has gone through a huge change. The team's become a lot more stable with Crazy Guy coming in, and we're also able to aim for higher goals than before.
이제는 나 때문에 우승을 못했다라는 그런
हाँ,
자책감이
नील,
아니고
ठीक है,
내가
ठीक
우승을
है.
만들어냈다고
क्या हो गया
스스로를
इतना?
칭찬하고 싶고
गुस्सा क्यों
상대도
है?
그렇게 생각하게 만들고 싶어요.
तू ये वो बस मान लिया मैंने.
Making it to Masters, playing in the finals, everything is a first for us, and we're climbing higher together.
결승전까지 온 이상 이제 후회 없이 저의 모든 거를 보여드리겠습니다.
Today, on the Grand Final stage, we write our names in the Pacific history. We're here to claim
우승 트로피는 저희
rightfully
겁니다.
ours.
अबे ये आरआरक्यू का पहला साल है ना फ्रेंचाइज में? कितनी पहले भी एंट्री होने वाला भी एंट्री. अरे चालू करो आगे.
Rise Pacific. Finals.
भाई आंखों में इशू हो गया. Trophy is actually crazy. किसका एबिलिटी डाला है? क्या डाला है ये? वाइफ का है क्या वो?
Zenji.
It's the moment you've been waiting for, live in Seoul, South Korea. It's the grand finals of VALORANT Champions Tour Pacific. And for the first time ever, we're seeing a completely new contender on the finalist board. It's RRQ's chance to secure the Stage 1 trophy. But look who's back. It's the Tiger Nation, GENG. They are one of our most decorated Pacific teams, holding a Masters Shanghai trophy. And they're the winners from last year's kickoff and Stage 2. And RRQ are their opponents, a new face on the stage who come default with a crown. It's the King of Kings, RRQ. And of course, though, these two gentlemen on the stage, this is not their first best of 5.
Yeah, just seeing Texture and Monyak come out there. These are two players that know each other so well. They actually lived together in the same apartment in 2023, so you can't get any closer than that. But fantastic to see them both here in the final.
Yeah, Jemkin, he is the Russian Terminator for
Right,
me. This guy
Jemkin
is
is
just
the
always
goat.
coming at you, able to find those picks, able to have that
Right,
fraggy
dono
impact
upward
in the
over
server.
क्या
One of the
करने
best
का?
duelists inside of VCT
दोनों
Pacific.
चल के
But
आ गए.
Ash has been a phenomenal up-and-comer. He's going to get a fist bump that he deserves. His ceiling has been phenomenal on this ENIT role coming in from Gen G Academy.
That's right. If GENG end up winning today, Ash is going to be joining the Royal Roaders as the rookie, winning a grand finals. And of course, these are very familiar faces. You know Munchkin and Crazy Guy. Now, Ewok has commended Crazy Guy as a steady voice when it gets dark in the darkness for RRQ.
Yeah, since his addition in Stage 1, I feel like this team has gone from strength to strength. But both of these IGLs, incredibly well respected by their teams. You see them lead from the middle roll of this chair, really steering that ship forward for both the teams.
Yeah, Crazy Guy has been a fantastic addition. He is so loud on that stage. You can hear him all the way up from a separate floor that we get to watch on from. Cushy, another fantastic addition and rookie, really making a name for himself in kickoff. And Foxy9, since his re-addition back into Gen G, has been in phenomenal form.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, he's been going crazy since he rejoined. Oh, nice little cheer from him.
पहले ही celebrate कर रहा है.
Today, but he's been fantastic to watch.
उसको मालूम
Taking
नहीं.
over on this Sentinel role, but Cushy, a real shot for Rookie of the Year.
RRQ आज हराने वाला
We
है.
have a lot of rookies on stage having a fantastic performance. Speaking of rookies, Karen, our favorite rookie from last year, great showing, and he was one of the key figures in helping Gen G secure all those trophies last year. And of course, X-Sparrow, he is actually the original David. We call Divide David, but X-Sparrow is our real David.
I feel like both these players are the real rock of their team. Both always dependable, really showing
OVE!
to, and there's no higher stakes
एक
than
second.
today for them to be as solid
OVE
as
कैसा है भाई?
And RRQ and Gen G have coaches we've come to know, come to love. They've been fighting so hard every single year for these kind of moments.
Absolutely. I mean, Solo, an absolute legend of the TAC FPS scene, a figurehead inside of Gen G, going up against an Ewok who has steadily been improving RRQ over time, iterating,
बढ़िया भाई, how are you doing? I'm doing good भाई. First map is heaven. Second ascent. दो basic map पहले. Lotus ठीक है, Icebox ठीक है.
almost
Split.
certainly that match finished so late. They know they have to come in and play against
Bro,
the
very
goal, and you have to
basic
prep
maps today,
5
re.
more maps from your opponents. I mean,
He said it
Who
though.
knows?
He said he would be here. Ewok said it on the couch with you guys here at the desk. He said it in the interviews. He's like, I'm going to be here the next 2 days. He said this on Friday, and here he is, true to his words. But he's facing Gen G. It's the team that always knocks them out.
I mean,
How
it's
is
such
your
a
GF
cursed
Pasha
history
biceps?
for RRQ
Bro, Pasha
against
biceps
this
is गायब.
organization.
आज
It
आया
feels
return.
like they're different people against Gen G. We saw this in the upper finals.
मैं ना एक story डाल रहा हूँ Instagram पे, wait.
RRQ look, it felt like a crumble against the Tiger Nation, and it's, as it almost always is, this is a curse that they're trying
Krishna!
to live. Able to
कैसा
hoist that
है
trophy
Krishna?
today,
Oh!
but will they be well prepared enough?
Yeah, RRQ, they face an impossible task. They are at a disadvantage in every sense of the word in this series. If
भाई,
they
एक
pull off this
texture
grand
जीतने नहीं
final
देगा
victory, it would be
Gen G को.
nothing short of phenomenal.
We saw our predictions earlier. RQ has momentum right now, and even then, we still doubt them.
Yeah.
All of our predictions, I would say all of us are predicting Gen G. 2 of them were biased votes, so the SEA votes. How
एक
many
second ना.
times does RQ need to win for us to believe in them?
I don't know. I will definitely
One
believe
more.
in them if they win this. I already believe that they're going to do damage in Toronto. I just think this is a very cursed matchup and a very cursed situation for them. And for Gen G, they were disappointed by not
एक second,
getting
एक
to
second,
Masters,
एक
by
second.
getting
मैं ना
a
Instagram पे
third
story
place.
डाल
Most
रहा
teams be happy with a third place in Pacific, but for Gen G, their standard is excellent. So nothing short of smashing RRQ in this grand final will be acceptable for them.
I mean, the big reason I went for Gen G, it wasn't because I think they're necessarily better players or even a better run team than the side of RRQ. I just think
मस्त
the
मस्त
deck
कल ही
is
एग्जाम
so
खत्म हुए
stacked
तुम्हारे
in
क्या
their
कौन
favour
से एग्जाम
today.
से भाई
The
तेरे
double
अभी
veto,
मई महीने में
the
कौन से
burst
एग्जाम चल
advantage,
रहे
the
हैं
prep
छुट्टी के
advantage,
दिन है
and the rest advantage. It all goes their way today.
3-0?
As you said,
No.
I'm really rooting for RRQ. I would love to see them snatch a win here, but there's no doubt it's an incredibly hard uphill
Gen G
battle.
is a good
They have
team.
to jog up Everest
But
to win today.
3-0 तो
we
नहीं
were
होने
talking
देगी
about
RRQ.
the scoreline, how everything is in the favor
आज
for Gen G,
RRQ
and
जीतेगी.
we say in Valorant anything can happen, but when it's a Korean team who has that advantage, like you were saying, Pilski, Korean teams strive for perfection and excellence.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a star-studded coaching staff, as do pretty much all of the Korean organizations.
भाई यार
G213
डिमन एक्स मैं ना यार बीमार था 2 दिन से
legends,
इसलिए
mixed
मैं
in with
2
some
दिन
great
से आया नहीं
coaching
था
staff
भाई
to support them, so it
खेलने.
gives them plenty of
But I'm
days to
back.
prep, make RRQ
आज
run
भी
the
सुबह मैं
ball
गेमिंग
forward,
करने आने वाला था
show
गेम खेलने
everything that they
लेकिन
have,
लाइट
show
नहीं थी
their flaws, show their weaknesses on
सोचा
some maps,
अभी
show some of their
वैसे भी
strengths, so that
टूर्नामेंट
you can be
देखूंगा
able to
मैं
have all of that
अपन मैच
information,
का वॉच
all
पार्टी
of that
करते हैं
data, and prep yourself for a really good grand
वो
final.
मई महीने में रहता है
Both of these teams have had roster shuffles.
अबे कल रात का मैंने मैच
beginning
देखा
of the season
Fnatic
and
वर्सेस
mid-season.
अपना ये
And I wanna talk about
देखा
Crazy
मैंने
Guy again.
Booster
So
भाई
it seems to be a missing
Fnatic
piece that
versus
RRQ
Liquid.
really needed
देखा
for
मैंने
this
कल
really wild group of guys here.
Paper
And
Rex का भी
then
देखा.
They were saying yesterday there were times when the team starts to lose faith. You know, when you're
वो
really
इतना
down
क्यों
on
बात
the
कर
count
रहे हैं?
there. IG, crazy
You
guy
guys are
apparently
already
ended up
ready.
taking over. He's like, guys, let me just do
PRX
all the
वाला भी
calls.
देखा.
You know, just listen to my
PRX
voice.
का ना
Let me do this
3-1
and show
होता
you
था,
everyone's back and forth.
but
You see it in the mid to late
0.03 diffuse.
5 seconds into the round, and he is micromanaging the post plan. He's saying, smoke this, drone, you wait. He's micromanaging everything. He's making sure that he's
भाई
getting the
जेमकिन
call
जरा crazy player
correct
है.
to
जेमकिन
maximize RRQ's
योरू
potential
लेकिन
of
योरू के
success
साथ
in these rounds,
crazy
and
है.
he is such a loud
बाकी
voice
एजेंट
in
के
the
साथ
arena.
थोड़ा
Genji
हटता
will
है,
be roaring. These
लेकिन
guys
योरू
love to
के
get
साथ
loud as well, and crazy guy will be right
एजेंट
up there
टिक्स
with
क्या
him.
है?
Look at the agent selecto. RRQ
Double
gonna back
duelist.
themselves with the double duelist.
So,
We've seen them play
basic
before
comp है
here
इनका,
to start out
RRQ
even.
का.
Genji on the other
इनका
side,
जरा सा
running
कुछ
that
खतरनाक
Viper.
है.
This is exactly where
Bro,
they
why
wanna be.
no
Now,
Sova
RRQ, when
in
they run this
heaven?
double duelist, I want to know your opinion, Pilski. Do you like Monya on the Yoru with Jemkin on the ISO? Or for me personally, I feel like
Sova
it should go
is
the other
very
way round.
important
I think
in
Jemkin's
heaven.
Yoru is fantastic.
The thing, I don't necessarily like Jemkin on the ISO, but it does suit his
Why is
style. He
Jemkin
likes to
on
play
ISO?
slow and measured. He likes to set up those aim duels. He likes to play very positionally, whereas Monya is definitely that entry force, and that's what you need to be. You need to be mobile on this Yoru, on this map, for this particular comp. So that's what Monyet's skill set is, and we'll see how it goes. You're not going to see any surprises in terms of the agent
देखते
select.
देखते
It's
आज
just
क्या होता
going
है.
to be the individual
I want
teams
RRQ
making
to win.
adjustments.
नया टीम जीते.
Oh, the
जेंजी
question
बहुत
is,
जीता है
can
रे.
Genji complete their comeback and reclaim their throne, or will
Genji
RRQ's
fan favorite
momentum
रहेगी.
finally crush the redemption
favorite
arc?
नहीं, क्या
And
बोलते
to
हैं
take
उसको?
us through the
Winning
grand
favorite.
finals, it's none other than Achilles and Paper Thin.
अबे ट्रॉफी अभी रख रहे हैं बीच में.
Here we are once again, another grand final, this time to close out stage 1. Genji versus RRQ, a matchup as old as time at this point, a matchup as old as you are. These guys have clashed over and over again, 7-1, the score line in favor of Genji. Today, RRQ might be able to turn that tide just a bit, but in the biggest way possible, by taking them down in a best-of-5 and netting themselves their first trophy.
It's definitely doable. You have to start believing in this RRQ team. Certainly going to feel like a bit of an underdog coming into
भाई
this match.
मैक्स
Genji
मैक्स
has the pedigree.
मैक्स
Genji
पब्लिक है
has
ना सपोर्ट जेंजी को
trophies,
कर
not
रही
just here in
है.
Pacific,
मैक्स
but
पब्लिक है
internationally as well.
क्योंकि कोरिया में है ना यार.
For
And
RRQ,
Genji is
a
from
lot to prove.
Korea.
They've
Simple,
got their
भाई.
first best-of-5 win in the partnership
चालू हो
era
गया, चालू हो गया.
yesterday. Can they take
Let's
it another
watch.
step further and get their first
Let's
Pacific
watch it together.
trophy? Or is it going to be another one in the case for Genji?
RRQ का जरा पिस्तल जरा कम विन रेट है.
We are about
21-25
to find out.
लॉस.
Barriers about
इनका
to
विन रेट
drop.
अच्छा है.
RRQ here
20-18.
on the attack to start. Genji
मतलब पिस्तल
coming into this obviously with the
Genji
ban
जीत रही है.
advantage. Elected to get rid of Fracture and Pearl. They start things off here on Haven. We
See
suspect
hit?
they are going to be
Nah.
strong.
See fake.
Yeah.
Munchkin.
Oh my God,
already able to
Munchkin.
find one
It's
just
big.
with the poison orb as Vanyet is going to be taken out.
That's kind of
ओ
interesting. Some early
भाई
spam
वो
there.
लोग भी रोटेशन
Genji
स्टार्ट कर दिए.
being really reactive on the map right now. Something RRQ is doing a lot
But
in their
Texture
last
के पास बहुत
matchup
आगे
just a
तक
couple
info है.
days ago. Was trying to sell fakes one way, bouncing to a different direction on these pistols. So
Hello
trying to be
Peach.
as reactive as they
I'm
can.
back.
Drone here, gonna get the spot onto Foxy9. A paranoia to make sure he's clear.
Texture
up
gets
ahead.
one minimum.
Alone here in this position, peeks in, finds one.
Told you,
They both
told
come
you.
up fast enough to keep himself alive, so Jemkin is able to collect a kill. Foxy9 at the same time, however,
2v4 very
finding
hard.
another. Is she gone? Or going to be snatched
ये लोग
up.
का गेम प्ले
Ash
देखकर
arriving here at
सीख
Heaven.
कुछ नुबड़े.
There's a couple shots
अरे
out,
भाई
but
सीखता हूँ
also
ना
does
भाई.
have salvos for the
मेरे
delay
से
on the
ज्यादा
plan.
गेम्स तू देखता है लेकिन
Here,
ड्रिफ्टर
three
याद
players for
रखना.
Genji.
तू क्या सीखा है?
Falling in around the back. Salvos get flung out.
ओ आता पर है आता पर है.
Reposition
अरे आज
here.
सकाळीच येणार होतो
Just
बट लाईट नव्हती आज इथे.
You still got a little bit of
Only
utility
Jonas
to work
Shakla.
with. Still have the concuss.
फर्स्ट राउंड तो
Still
जेंजी
the
का ही
snake
है
bite.
ब्रो.
So Genji,
2v4
there's some
वो भी
space. Well,
फ्लैंक
you could just get it done
3.
with the guns.
Yeah, we'll just
ज़्यादा
run
से
a
ज़्यादा
time
एक
with
को
Crazy
फ्लैंक
Guy.
एक्सपेक्ट
Finds
करेंगे.
it set forward as Munchkin bounding around the corner, drawing the attention of the Russian Terminator. And Ash is there to throw him
2-0
down into the
फिलहाल
magma.
तो.
The fuse will come through, and that's going to be Genji taking the opening pistol.
अबे मैं इमॉर्टल नहीं हूँ
Yeah,
मैं
just
ascendant हूँ
really
अभी.
solid discipline stuff.
बहुत दिन बाद आ रहा है ना
Obviously
तू तो तुझे मालूम नहीं
Kill
रहेगा.
through the smoke there.
भाई ascendant हो गया हो.
Very nice to
I'm being
You're
honest,
expecting
at least.
a lot of,
अबे
you know,
कुछ भी
contested
मारा वो भी इतना दूर
especially
क्लासिक
with
से.
running the double duelist, especially with the duelist being Yoru and ISO, with two of the most valuable ults you're going to find in the game potentially. You're really going to be
Lucky
expecting
मारा,
RRQ, to be trying to secure every single one of those that they can. And Genji already showing us that they have a little bit of a game plan early.
इको विन रेट
Counter strat
कितना
to
है?
the drone through the
RRQ
doors
का
to make sure Foxy9 is
12.5.
safe. They get the kill over there. Texture gets
स्केंडे में
his.
छू लो.
And
करूंगा
it's
अभी
pretty
कल से
smooth
कल से आ जाऊंगा ना.
Genji the rest of the way. Ooh,
What
so
do
they've
you
done it
think?
pushy there.
Yeah,
Who will win Masters?
Always goes for this
Bro,
Guardian. Always likes to
I
space
guess
through into window.
Team Heretics
Really getting caught a little bit off
और
by that, but already a bit of a rush play coming through onto the
चाइना
second
की
half of
टीम
the
है ना वो
play.
जिलाए
One hand here for
XLI
Mondi.
वो दोनों में से एक
He decides to back away.
करंट फॉर्म के हिसाब से बोल रहा हूँ मैं
The push gets ready to come through. Munchkin once again just going to be backpedaling on, yet now sticking for the plant. Nothing to really dissuade. Jumps around the corner. Shield raised, but Jemkin's still going to fall. Munchkin able to collect it to the end.
क्या डायरेक्ट स्टिक करने बैठेगा क्या
Raised up the tap.
स्टिक ही कर दो इको है उनका पिस्टल से क्या ही स्पैम करेंगे
Don't worry about the classics on the opposite side, but so much damage already suffered. Crazy guy able to find one. That will be a weapon left on the floor.
टेक्सचर
Texture collecting two. It's coming online.
जॉर्ड गैंग
Sights over to a link.
कैसे क्या पॉसिबल आज जॉर्ड गैंग खेलने वाले
2-0 start, one casualty here in the second.
और मुझे कैसे नहीं मालूम
Phenomenal patience being shown here by Munchkin. Getting
फेक
forward a little bit,
इन्फॉर्मेशन
finding some info.
अप्रैल फुल गया भाई अप्रैल गया मई महीना है अभी
That was, made it so that the rest of his team was able to kind of cover the other angles, cover the other sites. And then he kind of swarms in. He pays the price, but Texture picks up a 3K along the way. Texture, by the
Genji
way,
looking strong, yeah man.
statistical performance.
पहले दो राउंड से कोई बता नहीं सकता भाई कि कौन स्ट्रांग है कौन नहीं. It's all about buy versus buy. अभी ये राउंड भी अगर जेंजी बोनस राउंड जीतती है अगेंस्ट आरआरक्यू ये वाला तो जेंजी विल बी लुकिंग स्ट्रांग.
These last couple series. RQ though looking to get themselves on the board. Munchkin does go ahead and reinforces the one lost weapon slot with a stinger. Still a good amount of firepower in hand here for Genji. So we'll see how RQ looks to get themselves into an advantageous position here in the anti-bonus.
भाई स्ट्रीम पे अनाउंस हुआ टीबोन अन्ना बिंग्स गोल्डी बाय एंड शायद मैकल. ओके तो जो मेन दो व्यक्ति है वो एक साथ नहीं खेल रहे.
So you have to be extremely cautious. Bit of an exploration. Let's see if this is going to be a commit or just a fish for some util. Thrown out as well. Clone.
Right here down below, and that's going to be Texture spotted quickly, having to reposition as the shots come flying.
ए तुम लोग को क्या लग रहा है फाइनल प्रेडिक्शन स्कोर प्रेडिक्शन बताओ 3-2 3-0 3-1
Since swap that stinger off over to Ash's hands, has the Guardian here.
क्या लग रहा है.
He's going to look to try to hold the line versus the lion's share of RRQ players.
Genji looking strong.
The third can't quite make it happen. Crazy guy dancing around his
Texture का free kill.
Learned from Xparrow. Managing to find one as the turret gets cleared out. And now it's going to be RRQ trying to ship the spike across the map with 18 seconds remaining. Already, players have arrived at the C site.
You got the Tejo here, you got the salvos, they can play delay.
Foxy will get one minimum. Nah, time ही नहीं है.
They're going to have to disrespect it, try to run over this, and they're just going to get absolutely mauled as they exit out.
Very hard, time नहीं है.
But the time is already gone, the round is already over. This bonus is converted. RRQ losing the plot, losing the clock. Genji 3-0.
Oh, Drifter. वो तो पूरा वैलोरेंट मार्केट खा जाएगा वो अगर 5-man हुआ तो.
For 2025.
Oh my god.
Great job by Munchkin. This off angle he takes, catches his opponents just a bit off guard. Usually he's tucked in or somebody's tucked in the far corner there, trying to make it a 90-degree angle. Instead, he gets just a little bit ahead of it, finds 2 kills.
मतलब 3-0 बोल रहे तू ना. हट.
With those one tap.
आरआरक्यू को इतना कमजोर मत समझ. आरआरक्यू 1 या 2 मैप तो लेगी. चल ठीक है जेंजी जीतेगी लेकिन आरआरक्यू 1 मैप तो लेगी भाई. 1 या 2 मैप. लोटस लेगी आरआरक्यू. पहला तो हारेगी पर लोटस लेगी. जेमकिन जगेगा.
I don't want to mess with that too much. But it's a rose that has many thorns.
Basic maps है ना. Heaven or
SN. This team can frag out. So you have to be so careful, and that's something that's been haunting RRQ sometimes this year, where you just have to rely on Jemkin to get those kills. You need some of these other players to step up. And
Texture.
I mean, gonna have to start considering popping the shield at every single corner here when the Genji players are fragging like that. Kill contract.
भाई PRX को क्या तू हल्के में ले रहा है क्या Deathadder मेरे भाई?
If it comes into play, as done the try to delay.
PRX को हल्के में मत ले. PRX कल जीतती थी वो बस जरा सा सीन हो गया उनका. थ्रो हो गया. वो एक राउंड आता था ना समथिंग का 1v1 वाला हो जाता था. समथिंग ने जरा घाई कर दिया. एक सेकंड डिले करना था, एक सेकंड भी नहीं.
Guardian finding crazy guy now going to be taken down. Nano gets the pop here in garage, and they're just going to storm their way out onto the side. Quick little turn there, but a quick little to tap. Foxy
तो क्या चालू है? ऐसा वन साइड नहीं होना चाहिए यार. I want a cut to cut match. No one side. Come on, RRQ, do something.
Lockdown C in garage. He has really found a lot of success in his side anchoring as of late. Really an improved part of his game that the GENG coaching staff has called upon him to do. And despite a minor setback for him temporarily being benched,
वो split में इतना comeback करके आ रही, और फिर वो 0.03 वाला diffuse, वो तो pray करने लग गया था, हो जाए diffuse हो जाए, हो गया diffuse भाई.
Despite being on DRX in the past.
Aggressive direct A और mid भी aggressive. Bro.
The attention is drawn into lobby, and Kara
Come on, RRQ.
tears apart three players.
Come on, RRQ.
Set up the call to go for
RRQ, you need to wake up.
I barely had time to get the words out of my mouth.
Hi Akito.
We're gonna
कैसे हो
have a
तुम?
timeout. We'll take a look at the replay.
Long time, yeah.
Let's see what really happened.
They just walk out there. I mean, Karan just gets window for free.
क्या किया?
And he just keeps taking space.
B push, एक Omen अकेले,
They're just struggling to recover.
3
They
Omen
got
push.
2 players trapped
बस.
up on the garden corner. And even though
क्या
Jeff
किया?
gets the
कुछ नहीं
shield
किया.
and is able to get one, there's just overwhelming odds for the side of GENG.
सीट करती है RRQ, तो RRQ का राउंड था, गेम था.
Very scary for RRQ. And Ewok, of course, you know, he said one of the things that he felt like his team needed to improve on today was just they needed to shoot back. They just needed to shoot back, and we haven't seen it yet.
Fnatic without Sova. Bro, कल रात का Fnatic का गेम भाई मैं देख रहा था सुबह मतलब.
Really get the adrenaline pumping, the blood flowing.
अबे यार ये क्या?
That's not something that when you're in a best
बस चल रहा है यार. Which team you are support? Bro, I want RRQ to win the finals. GENG बहुत जीती है रे.
It's not something that you can really afford.
भाई वो बूस्टर ने बचाया 11-12 वाला राउंड. नेक्स पागल हो गया कि बूस्टर ऐसा कैसा मारा. अल्फा के बाद छोड़ ही दे.
That's where the bread should be buttered.
Absolutely. And especially, you know, with GENG only having one
अल्फा तो क्लच किंग ही है.
that's the paranoia.
लेकिन बूस्टर saved.
Involved and get those flashes to connect.
बहुत बचाया भाई बूस्टर ने.
You know, but like you said earlier, Kilios, they've been getting shut down before they can even use or pop some of their utility. GENG's a step ahead of them. Clear the dart by Ash. He's the sole player over at Long A right now.
Force तो नहीं है, half by है.
Everybody's stacking up for
ये राउंड भी GENG के फेवर में.
Well, I was giving Foxy9 a lot of flowers. The way he was playing the side anchoring, he's gonna have to step up or just get out in this case potentially if he's going in.
A lot of it going to be cleared, but right, he's going to be grabbed up here by the kill contract. Will be dead even if he wins this fight, you would suspect. Will get taken down. Texture able to find Montez.
Nice.
At the same time, crazy guy.
Nice.
Keeping in the back of sight, comes away with
Good
kills. The next barrel finds Munchkin.
Goody go.
Weapons are going to be upgraded. And Ash, now revealed by the Neural, is asked to clutch this out.
Nah.
Some wild spray across, some damage dealt. Jimkin down to 51.
Good half by.
Suppressed here for the moment.
Position तो अच्छा है. Nice, nice.
See what Ash is able to
एक garage में
pull off
good,
here
good, good.
for the team. Swing out.
Good.
Headshot there from Jemkin.
Let's go.
RQ on the board. The time.
तुम लोग किसको support कर रहे हो?
And you're seeing exactly why that ISO ult is so important. Because maybe there's a world where Foxy9 gets 1 or 2 in that kind of unusual position where he pushes forward into the smoke. But that opens up all
Texture whiff किया क्या उधर?
Farther forward. That allows them to just scale aggressively to the back of sight, start knocking players down.
Actually, Omen पे whiff
Able to
किया.
hold on there for the end. Nice play called, nice timeout for RRQ.
Texture Omen पे whiff किया.
Is the coaching staff, but now you've got Texture with the operator. Got a lockdown for Foxy.
No, RRQ.
Excuse me, the dimensional drift for Monyet, so some things to consider.
Do you have any way to try to bail him out? The answer is realistically no. Jemkin finds a headshot there on a Foxy9. Will end up falling right here at the front of the site. And RRQ more than happy to go ahead and take that away.
Karen का पोजीशन जरा खतरनाक है.
Huge first find. That makes it a lot harder for GENG because they have to commit extra resources to the C side
एक
of the
तो
map.
मारेगा ये, एक तो मारेगा.
Where the fast lane came from, that's one of Texture setups for the operator, so now they should know that he has that in play. For sure. Dimensional drift going to be called in.
एक तो मारेगा.
Karon unchecked.
No! Nice.
Swung on by Jemkin. And he is going to get taken down. Two-player advantage now here for the side of RRQ. Ash alone on the site, waiting for some reinforcements, but going to be overwhelmed and surrounded very swiftly.
One more round आया.
Texture has bound his way across here towards this A site, but given that he has the operator in play, you have to expect him
Save
to
करना पड़ेगा
exit as
GENG को.
quickly as he arrived.
Yeah, I feel
नहीं
like this
खेल
should
नहीं
absolutely
सकते
be a
round.
save. There's just not much left you can do at this point.
वो साइफर एग्जिट लेने वाला है क्या?
It would take just one of the craziest plays you've ever seen. So wisely,
नहीं साइफर थोड़ी
Texture just
साइफर
gonna
कहाँ से एग्जिट
peace
लेगा?
out. Munchkin gonna try to tuck into a corner, see if he can catch someone from RRQ going for their hunt.
Bro साइफर हंट करने आ रहा है एग्जिट.
Early, looking for that valuable piece of weaponry.
He's trying कि भाई सेव नहीं हुआ तो अच्छा है.
Not, Jemkin.
क्रिंज क्यों लगता है रे वोल्ट्रिक? बोलना भाई.
The answer is no.
क्यों क्रिंज लगता है?
But what a
क्या रीजन क्या है? श्रेयस बावा पैडी कुठे?
nasty.
हाय कुठे तो?
Did he stop?
वाह भेड़े.
Like he
मी
did
पण
that
मैं
so
भी वो
fast.
बोल रहा है तू भी वो बोल रहा है.
That was
What in the
crazy.
hell?
Bro मैं जस्ट नाश्ता किया स्ट्रीम पे जस्ट.
Okay, we'll have to see it back.
Akito,
Both of our jaws
just-
pretty much on the floor after that one.
God.
What a shot to hit.
Oh, my God.
Okay, guys, listen.
And that's what we were talking
गोला
about
का गेला
when
रे
the
तो.
timeout was called. Was seeing those kinds of shots.
जस्ट
those
मैं
kinds of
मेदू
plays
वड़ा सांबार खाया. Just
coming out of Jemkin in
Stream
particular,
पे ही.
and the rest of the team as well. And 2 rounds in a row here for the side of
छपरी तमने लग
RRQ.
रहा है क्या? कल से चेंज. आज ये बनाया है बस. आज रखेंगे. कल से चेंज.
Well, and now the bank accounts of GENG are starting to dwindle.
वेस्ट हो गई रे अल्ट.
Missed.
Yeah, bit of a whiff there. Ain't gonna be spotted out. Nano pumps the
Keeping yeah,
close, so
fake.
Foxy doesn't
See
even have
fake.
to worry about it.
Trying to go A.
See Foxy tucked a little bit further back. Doesn't want to try to challenge that long C angle out in the open. Got bested previously. Probably learned that they need to tighten up a little bit.
किधर खाता था भाई ड्रिफ्टर?
On the corner, what a timing.
Finds one.
Bro, टेक्सचर वन एंड डन पोजी खेलता है लेकिन नियोन है यार वो भाग सकता है बाकी कोई एजेंट नहीं भाग सकता ट्रेड होगा बाकी सब एजेंट
Achilles heel. Looks like he is going to be able to get out scot free.
ना ये राउंड तो जेंजी का ही है 100% जेंजी का ये राउंड है
They're changing direction.
जिस हिसाब से पोजीशन है ना
some of the game plan here
हर एक जन एक मारेगा
really
और
feels like
4v3
if
कर
you see
देगा
Texture, don't go that way.
ये भी एक मारा
But Foxy, nice kill.
Trying to get back to his anchoring ways. He's going to tug forward into
तो?
the poison orb. Turns out, swings, looks for Xparrow. Cannot find it, but Munchkin catching a glimpse. Is able to take him down through the Cypher Zone
1v4.
cage. Crazy guy. Now left to his own devices. Instantly headshot. And then sprayed down. GENG putting an end to the monstrous run back here from the side of RRQ. Will at least guarantee
guys
themselves 6.
जेंजी too strong
Yeah, they're still sitting on some ultimates too. So they've got a lot of flexibility coming up.
करता हूँ कल से चेंज हो जाएगा टेंशन
I
मत ले
think almost every round that
Wall
we've
trick.
seen, once Texture's
बोल दूंगा
position
ऐसा
has been
thumbnail एक
revealed,
भी नहीं चाहिए.
RRQ has gone the other way. I think almost every time. And I don't blame them. Again, best player in Pacific right now. If you just look at the raw stats.
What is the scene ये फाइनल्स वन साइड नहीं होना चाहिए यार जरा
he is
कट टू कट हो
absolutely
जाए
out of
यार
control.
टफ हो जाए
It is
टफ
Definitely spring season again for GENG, just like it was in 2024. They just hit this hot streak. They're already
Tough
quickly
होना
working
यार.
over towards A. A little bit of util.
Come on
sent over that
RRQ
way. Has them thinking that maybe RRQ is going to try to dial up another fast hit. Over there. You know, like we saw after the timeout where they found success. Flash clear util.
PRX फाइनल्स में रहती ना भाई
Aaron spotting out multiple players.
क्रेजी हो
Paranoia
जाता बाय बाय
immediately
टेक केयर अकीटो
Shall to catch.
Good luck.
RRQ aren't looking to scale off of this pressure.
It's a huge win for them. They get the paranoia, they clear a bunch of util, they do more damage than they take. Very nicely done.
क्या है भाई गराज टू
Close
सी
it up.
स्प्लिट
Drone sent over towards A to try
But
to
A
sell
fake?
a bit of presence there.
ब्रो जेंजी
Aaron
वोंट
looking for a timing.
Ah.
Collects 2. Xparrow about to strike in from behind, but Karin now sights turned back over towards main. The drift out. Xparrow able to find the
ब्रो
1.
जेंजी नोस
Foxy9 still here on the site. The spike now.
कि आरआरक्यू कभी क्या करने वाला है पूरा रीड करके आया है
From behind.
Fox
and goes
Fox
back finds a headshot, but still eats an immense amount of damage. Overdrive now going to be popped here from Texture.
फॉक्सी नॉर्मल है वैलोरेंट में, पीछे से बहुत वीक होते हैं, नॉर्मल है, नॉर्मल है, नॉर्मल, इट इज नॉर्मल.
Cushy pushes his way back in towards C, but the time is just not there. You know the Texture's around the corner. It's the last player you really want to face in toward. And he will get taken down. Round advantage now secured. GENG up to 7 with 3 more to be played out in the half. I can do that.
Good job. Thanks. Proud of you. What an adjustment here from Karan, though. Just loses that early battle up from Plat, and then just steps up closer, finds a perfect timing with a little help from Foxy9, getting the glimpse into the garage from window.
ये बेंगलुरु इंडिया,
Hey, nice
Shout out
watch.
to the sponsors setting up some watch parties.
बेंगलुरु में वॉच पार्टी.
Love to see that. All right, now there's that early spam. And I mean, I'm curious.
इसके buttons देखो, VCTP. नहीं, इसके नहीं, sorry, वो observer के. My bad.
They can't have that space.
B से drone, C से shot dart.
Just in case that is what all that spam is for. Meanwhile, pushing out with the drone. Karan revealed, and he doesn't clear the drone, but
भाई बेंगलोर में हो रहा है.
They'll reposition.
गए तुम लोग बेंगलोर वाले गए क्यों नहीं फिर?
Paranoia holding them back. Paranoia now going to be coming through his timing pump on the ultimate, but Foxy9 taken down here on the cross angle. Karan able to find Jemkin.
Ulte भागो.
Brief little moment, but Monyet quickly trades it back and maintains the advantage.
Oh my God, Texture.
Side of RRQ. Looking for the stun there off the relay, but Monyet out wide able to find one. Munchkin trades out another. His pick going to be invested right here in front. Just a recon.
ना RRQ का राउंड 100% RRQ का राउंड 100%. 100% अल्ट वेस्ट हो गई. 3 जन स्पैम करेंगे बॉम्ब पे.
RRQ find themselves a 3rd round win.
Now once again able to find some success on towards that C site. You get Jemkin.
तू करके देगा वोल्ट्रिक ये थंबनेल पे जरा कुछ तो दे दे. अभी चेंज करूंगा.
Did do so, but at the cost of his life. But still enough time for RRQ to scale forward, and you can see that GENG wanted to get ahead of the end of that lockdown to see if they could catch RRQ as they were
तेरा
having
कोई
to
वीवर
retreat
बैंगलोर से
outside of
नहीं
the
है,
danger
सब मुंबई
zone.
वाले है भाई है.
Didn't work.
पहले तो थे, अभी नहीं रहेंगे.
Got a kill. Good entries as well. Let's see if RRQ can keep it up, get a couple more.
VCTP मतलब VCT Pacific. ओए थैंक यू GNR गेमिंग बताने के लिए. मैं क्या बोल रहा था, GNR मतलब क्या है वो मुझे नहीं मालूम.
He gets this orb, that's going to be dimensional.
वो भी नहीं मालूम.
So likely going to try to play for this one.
Texture gets one. Okay, he falls back.
Rushing forward.
GENG को फर्स्ट ब्लड्स बहुत मिल रहा है.
I hear you, I can see you, I can shoot you. Clean
और
opening
GENG
kill here.
मेन राउंड जीत रही है क्योंकि फर्स्ट ब्लड्स के वजह से. और 3 ए पे यार, 4 ए पे नहीं 3 है.
Still firing. This fine Karan. As Monyet duking it out here with Munchkin who tucks forward.
Oh my God,
Smoke
Ash.
zone.
Nice RRQ.
Armed up is Cushy.
Good shit.
Finds 2 and Jemkin.
अब भी हो रहा है ना टफ.
Right through the smoke
4-7.
on the texture. Right between the eyes, and Foxy says,
अब भी हो रहा ना भाई जो चाहिए था.
Up unsavable. We'll just be looking to hold
But
on
ये
to
मैप
this
अटैकिंग साइडेड है रे.
Yeah, those are those explosive entries
7 round बहुत निकाल लिए GENG ने बहुत.
And it was as soon as
GENG का
Xterra
lineup
got killed by Texture, that's when they pulled the trigger. They knew that Op wasn't there. They knew they had that dimensional drift as well. And they could just storm their way through into
कैरन के अलावा पूरी GENG फैंटम स्पैमर है. है ना? कैरन अकेला वैंडल खेलता है. खुशी नहीं. इधर है
want to take back that swing out of the smoke, but
अपना टेक्सचर तो फैंटम ही खेलता है. रिकॉन ऐश का मुझे मालूम नहीं. मंचकिन को मैंने देखा है कभी-कभी वैंडल खेलते हुए. ऑक्सी तो फैंटम, कैरन वैंडल.
They should be able to get Jemkin's ult most likely coming into this final round.
Come on, 5-7.
A huge piece for them. We've already seen what he can do with it when he gets to the land.
खुशी.
Might add one whiffy one.
खुशी.
But
जो
the
भी है.
UI also is going to be
पढ़ने तो खुशी ही हो रहा है.
GENG. Going to be a little bit weak.
इंग्लिश टीचर क्यों नहीं बन जाता ड्रिफ्टर तू? भेंडी.
Cushy. That first one was.
ओए वो लोग भी खुशी ही बोल रहे हैं
And
कास्टर.
that's just you just assume they're there.
I mean, Jemkin's understanding. He says, okay, he's playing a Neon. He's got an operator. He's going to fast rotate. This is the angle that he's going to be lined up on.
इधर मैक्सिमम वैंडल यूजर है. मोनियाट, ज़ेफेरो, खुशी
Might as well.
जेमकिन फैंटम क्यों यूज कर रहा है
Stinger and a
एक्चुअली
bulldog
पांचों
behind
वैंडल
these
यूजर
mansions
से
and a
इधर
vandal. Weapon
RRQ.
advantage with the set of RRQ. In the 7 and 5. Rescuing the half considering how things had started.
कुछ भी मत बोल यार डिमन कम ऑन यार ऐसा नहीं बोलते भाई
And starting on the attack side, but gives them an opportunity. Certainly rescued this map even further.
इन्फो मिला मिला रहेगा अबे नहीं मिलता था उसको इन्फो वो लोग भी तोड़ते नहीं तो चुपचाप जा रहा था ना वो 4 मैन ए
The Tejo's been here literally every single time.
4 versus 4
Oh, quad stack here. Texture trying to get out.
हो गया
Car unable to find one. Ash going to be taken out at the same time. Texture does manage to evacuate, but down to 46. Low on HP. Munchkin still with just the stinger. As that's going to be the grab of the orb. They're looking to try to spray him out. Texture finds it. The ult now. A non-factor here in the round. Jemkin just slowly trying to crouch away.
जेमकिन को अगर अल्ट मिलता था ना तो
Get
हो
the neural
जाता था
theft here. Maybe sell a fake. But that he needs smokes to do so.
30 seconds left.
Doesn't have it up.
जेमकिन अल्ट लेके उठा लेता था ना एक को पर टेक्सचर ने उसी टाइम पे पनिश किया रे उसको कि उसको चांस ही नहीं मिले और वो लोग ने सीड कर दिया गुड 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 4v5
Sparrow.
Oh my god एक्सपेरो का पूरा राउंड है
Planted across the map.
पर बहुत स्लो जा रहा है एक्सपेरो
Quick pivot. They're not
बहुत स्लो है
gonna
एक्सपेरो
get the angles here. Xfero's not going to be able to find him quite just yet, but as long as the rest of the team can try.
बहुत स्लो है
to
भाई
hold on
बहुत
to the
स्लो है
site.
जब तक वो लोग रिटेक कर
Gonna
लेंगे
be able to find value.
ऐसे
Money in here,
कैसे
Mo's down 2. Karan finding that, but now the backstab gets ready to come in. Forward into
अभी
the
एक्सपेक्ट
smoke.
करेंगे
Sparrow
सिटी
getting closer and closer. Finds the first, the shorty drawn out. Knows that he's going to be low on HP. but
No,
Karan
no,
dips
no,
in,
no, no.
Finds a headshot.
नहीं नहीं क्यों
Takes down Crazy Guy. The 4K Red Bull clutch. Karan secures an 8 and 4 score.
यार माइकी
Genji
मैं
in the
खुद
half.
स्ट्रीम पे नहीं आ रहा था
What
इतने
a
दिन से
round.
Well, the ult
Good
could
clutch,
not have
bhai,
come
good
at a better
clutch.
time there for Karan. He TP's in behind Plat right before Xfero's about to get to him at defender side spawn.
मस्त दो मारे
Monyet just knocks down a couple players. Karan's had enough. Sets up the smoke. Oh, poor Xfero. Expects him to be closer to the spike, maybe on the other side of the box. What a flick there from Karan. The swing to seal the deal. Woo-hoo.
माइकी कैसा है लेकिन तू भाई
This is a player that has been kicking his own ass.
Yes.
To not mince words. He has been, well, here's our, one of our Korean casters who won a lovely Asian Predator laptop earlier. Alongside Victoria.
That's
इसने
not
नकली
true. I know that's
विंडोज
not
भरा
true.
था पीसी में स्ट्रीम्स पे पीसी उड़ गया अबे
But,
वो
but
he
पीसी
did
का
win the
बात
laptop.
छोड़ दे
He
मैं
did
2
win the
दिन से
laptop.
बीमार था भाई
But Karan, he's been
अभी जाके
kicking
ठीक हूँ मैं
his own ass when it comes down to his
पर
performances
डेंजरस
so
बुखार
far here in
सर्दी खांसी तो
kickoff, with him not being able
रुक
to
ही
make
नहीं
it
रही
over the
थी
international competition and at the start of stage 1
Bro.
because he was not looking like the clutch god, this guy who has
RRQ का
just
फर्स्ट
such
चैंपियनशिप
crisp
है ये
mechanics and aim.
जेंजी ऑलरेडी बहुत
But
सारे जीते
these last couple
और वो लोग
series here
हिस्ट्री
in the
बना रहे
playoffs, Karan
दिनेश
is alive.
हेलो
This guy
दिनेश
has been resurrected and maybe even ascended even higher
ये
than
मैप
he
तो
was
मोस्टली
before. And it's plays like that
अगर जेंजी को ए साइड मिलती है तो
pull off with
retake
regularity.
इम्पॉसिबल टाइप है क्यों भाई ऐसा
You
बोल
can
रहा है
almost
तू
see the look on his face after that clutch.
Impossible
It
क्यों
was
है?
relief. It wasn't, you know, that old Karan where he
तुझे
screamed
मालूम
his
है
head
ना
off and
इम्पॉसिबल में
losing
भी
his mind after stuff like that.
RRQ
He just,
आई एम
you
पॉसिबल
know, just a sigh.
RRQ
And,
के लिए
moments like that are
बचपन में बोलते
why
थे
he was rookie of the year last year. And
I
he
am
is starting to
possible.
look better and better, as are all of Gen G. Monyet in trouble potentially.
और मैक्सिमम
Into the corner, the quick little jump check there from Texture, but cannot realign fast enough. Monyet collecting that kill. RRQ needing this opening pistol. Try to get themselves back in.
विशाल ओए विशाल कितने दिन बाद आया
Close this gap down. Cut to the noise here from the side of Gen G, but everyone clustered at main. It's going to be swing out. Kills exchange here on
ट्रेड्स
both
हो रहे हैं
sides.
लेकिन
One boxy with another.
फेवर
Gen G
RRQ
pushes
के इसमें
fight
नाइस
back.
नाइस नाइस
Now brings it into a 2v3. Spike on the floor. Out on the opposite
चलो
side of
इट्स
this
RRQ's round confirm RRQ
You
won't
gotta
throw
figure out
this
a way to get back to that spike. And, RRQ is going to opt to just
अबे डिमन यार तू भी बहुत दिन बाद आया सही बोला
paranoia.
ये क्यों क्यों क्यों
Gen G,
What is the game plan here? They have 40 seconds. They're
दोनों
going to
उधर
go around the
गए
rope, but then they still have to fight their way
40
down
सेकेंड
into
पूरा बी
long
कूद के
A.
आएंगे
There's a smoke already set up.
RRQ
Granted,
ने
it might
read
expire
कर लिया
by the
क्या
time
उन
they
लोग
get
को?
there, but there's only 33 seconds remaining. At the end of the day, this is round.
अरे ये क्या चालू है यार? अबे क्या हो गया इसको?
Soon.
Shot to the shoulder. 12 seconds remaining. I mean, if you're Chepkin, you can just have him run away. Unless this last little kill comes in and he runs out of bullets, and Crazy Guy will go ahead and collect it. Well, things got a little bit silly. And RRQ give themselves their first pistol win.
बराबर ग्रीन चल रहा
There's
है
the gap now.
इसके ऊपर.
3 rounds separating the teams.
Yeah, that one looked a little bit wanting. I mean, texture, I could have sworn saw Monyet when he first ran.
I think he did, but then he panicked, slid into the wall, and couldn't get his gun out.
I think you're right. But it's just kind of an odd situation.
अरे उसको
there.
क्यों टाइम आउट दिया?
RRQ having a lot of fun after that one.
मत दे रे अपना ही
Outlaw,
है.
couple Bulldog, Spectre, Ghost for Xpero. Is now GENG. Just thinking about some kind of fast hit. Paranoia at the ready.
Trying to up the pace.
अपना ही है रे वो.
Backclad here.
क्या रे?
Caron. Ooh, diving in behind, and that's gonna be Crazy Guy dead. Fuck!
Hey, hello!
Nanos! What is going on? What is this half? What is this grand final?
2 kills with
What is Genji doing?
Molly!
How are they doing it?
the fuck?
Nothing makes sense.
भाई दिखाओ ना कैसे हुआ?
I am just speechless again. I can't even begin to describe what happened there.
Kushi will find
Genji
one
too
against
good.
Munchkin, but he cannot find the round.
No.
They cannot find the gap close. Ash
इससे
will
क्या
pick up
उसको
the
2
weapon,
मॉली किल मिले रे? हेलो
and I am.
किधर मिला किल?
Yeah.
I'm losing my damn mind.
Yep. Yep. Well, I
अबे
mean,
कैरन का
I
छोड़
know what
मॉली
happened
किल
with
कैसे मिले
Karan.
दो?
I don't know what happened with the nanos.
Yeah. I mean, it had to be.
प्लीज
double
रिप्ले दिखाओ रिप्ले दिखाओ
Snake
उस
bite
चीज
combo
का.
on Nano, you can do a lot of damage, but how did he get 2 people?
Both of them were over on the right.
Please
hand
replay,
side of the
please
site.
replay,
If you're
replay.
looking from the map by the boxes, but
Ah,
see it again. Karan TP's first up on top and then in the back.
okay.
And it's just they're not ready for
इसके
him.
दो
And
मारे.
then 2 people just it's right at the entrance through all the poison cloud and yep. Okay.
Poison.
Got it,
Oh
got
my
it.
goodness. Well, from great start to
Viper.
absolute tragedy here for the side of RRQ. Genji now
Got it, got it.
9 to 5 is Kushi. Okay, solid start.
She
The
gets
one
entry,
weapon
nice.
that they have in hand. It's put to good use as Munchkin gets taken down.
सीधा वो गन को इसने पीछे कर दिया रे.
Making sure they give nothing over these remaining RQ players for free.
And not really much damage done there to Kushi. So he's extremely happy with that result. He's the only one with any kind of firepower here. It's just classics otherwise for
4 stack A
RRQ.
पे RRQ.
So GENG going to continue to go through towards A.
तुझे मालूम है तुमको मालूम है ये प्रो प्लेयर्स रीड कैसे करते
Very
हैं
cautious.
कि ए पे स्टैक रहेगा.
Back towards their spawn. Wondering
अगर कोई एग्रेसिव ही नहीं है
RRQ, are they going to be
तो स्टैक है
barreling in
ऑब्वियसली
behind
समझ
us?
में आना चाहिए. बट
KJ Util behind
Genji
back
still
to go
hitting
to
A.
the problem is this is
A heavy stack.
yeah.
Could just be similar scenes to the previous
भाई
round
सबसे
here
ज्यादा
for
दिमाग
RRQ. Especially if Kushi's
I
able to
guess.
come away with some value here. Texture at the ready. Sprints forward, the flash, gets a headshot, but Texture is able to find one. Sparrow swinging out. Does manage to go ahead, take him down. Weapon.
EMA यूज करते हैं सबसे ज्यादा. और सबसे ज्यादा aim चाइना में यूज करते हैं सबसे ज्यादा aim.
For the side of GENG, camera set up on B. Their sights set on C, however. Turn out the back, trip gets cleared. Crazy Guy gonna look to try to buy some time. Stunt, not gonna connect. The lineup though for Foxy9 breaks the shield with the
Dude,
first.
Foxy is getting
collides the
lucky.
bolt with the second. And now, just Sparrow with that Phantom in hand. Crazy Guy already forward committed here into the site, taken down by Ash.
Nah.
Sparrow looking to be the hero, finds the first, spots the second. It's a transfer, but now up against
Bro,
Karan.
Karen
Swings out
Karen
of the
के
cage,
सामने
and
clutch,
Karan is good
मुश्किल
for
है.
it, as ever.
Karen is good at
10 to
clutching.
5.
Karen. जो भी है.
Solid effort from side of RRQ to pull
Caron
out
is
Thrifty.
good at clutching.
They cannot answer back in kind.
That's just a hell of a read here. Oh, Cushy
मस्त मारा था रे पहला
walking
shot.
out there.
ओ टेक्सचर ने full flash मटका.
And then, of course, walking right into the meat grinder of Gen G. Foxy9 there, able to find a perfect timing. And then X-Pharaoh with that gun upgrade that he scooped off of Texture's body. Almost able to turn this round around.
GG है
but
ये
again,
first map तो Gen G का ही है.
it's Karan who comes up
It is
big.
100%.
Finds
I guess
a
we go
huge kill.
next.
Manya
Ascent
drops
कैसा है
off.
Gen G का? अच्छा है गंदा है?
Crazy guy with just a bulldog.
भाई यार अच्छी टीम है तो अच्छा ही
Try to
होगा.
see if they can start putting some of this heavy firepower down. Keep Gen G from scaling forward.
भाई Icon कैसा है?
Gets him forward, up now confirmed. TP immediately across over to A Link. Monyet starting to poke and prod forward here on this B site, and Foxy is going to be another casualty. Monyet now dictating the pace and running the map.
जेमकिन का पोजीशन अच्छा है, एक
Much
मार के
needed
भाग
for
सकता है.
RRQ.
One and done नहीं है, एक
Needed
मार
the
के
map
भाग सकता है.
control. Gen G scrambling now to figure out what the heck to do. This may just be one of those let Munchkin make some noise over at A. Everybody else try to find an opening somewhere. Could just be end up being maybe a bit of a save, but
अभी ये राउंड के बाद जेंजी टाइम आउट लेगा. सही बोला रे. ये राउंड हारी तो टाइम आउट लेगी. How to end the game? वैसा वाला टाइम आउट. बट अगर ये राउंड जीती, I don't think so लोग.
Gets the tap.
और ये राउंड विनेबल है बहुत जेंजी के लिए, बहुत विनेबल है.
Falls to the wayside, Cam retoggled. Look at this, continue to keep Karen revealed here at all times. Dimensional drift going to be used. Monyet pushing forward, ensures that the site is cleared out. Xpera now going to be noted. And the swing out, Karon's still going to be good for one because she comes away with two.
Good flash.
Connects, Munchkin's blind. Xpera.
हाय लालू, वॉच पार्टी कैसे लेते हैं? राइट से. हाय मुनी.
Not allowing this to get
Congratulations.
further away. Still though, down by 4
कौन
rounds.
सा और का जॉइन किया?
seeing
डॉट
some of the
डॉट
problems.
स्पोर्ट्स. Congrats.
RRQ was actually having in the first half, where Gen G is just kind of dry peeking some of these angles, and they're being held by somebody. In this case, it's Monyet 2 times.
वो चीज अच्छा है रे.
They have been able to get something going.
जिधर जॉय उधर सबको लेके जाता है.
Munchkin decided to not hold
जो
the
ऑर्ग
road,
में.
wanted to control those
पर
doors
भेंडी
a little
और
bit
बंद
better.
करा के आता है. जॉय का मुझे समझता नहीं है कुछ.
Kind of opened up a little bit extra space, I think, for RRQ. Of course, obviously having Jemkin there with the shield allows for
अरे चैट
much
जीपीटी
easier
से निकले
ability
ना.
to push forward. And that's another early kill. for
Nice.
Jemkin.
RRQ coming back.
Tendencies gets him one
जेंजी ने
away
टाइम
from
आउट
that
नहीं
kill
लिया.
contract online.
इसके बाद इको है जेंजी का, तभी लेगी शायद.
Rough start here for Gen G.
Good news is I think they can get Ash the gun.
Yep. Everyone with a rifle now. Smoke cycles forward here. In front of B texture, just pushing forward. Clear out the trip, but looks like they might be opting to pause for a second.
डॉट का तो
Wanting to
ऐसे
really
12 के
flood
साथ मैच
forward.
है. कभी है रे?
Pre-firing, but distracted by the nano swarm. Picks his
डॉट का
attention
कैसे
away
क्या
as
ऐसे
Texture now
12 के साथ
sprinting
हो सकता है
across,
भाई?
trying to
Not
dodge out the
possible.
Fury, but it's going to be 2 tags at the same time. So Texture Ash both down to 45 HP. Spike gets planted. They're going to try to fight their way out as the vulnerable comes across.
Double damage.
Behind the box, Cushy
Nice. Good shit.
lobbed in that shock dart. Managing to find
Genji
Texture.
coming back.
Foxy9 gets taken down. Ash trying to find a timing, but gets revealed.
1v4 very hard.
Jemkin gets
Karan
that
ये
shot.
नहीं कर सकता रे तू.
As Karon will be dealt with. 4K here for Jemkin.
आकिब भाई in the chat. कैसा है?
Fuse comes through and RRQ are
Akib,
now just 3 rounds away.
तू है कैसा?
He threw a phenomenal vulnerable there. Was in a
7-10.
great position. Throw it right down link.
Still.
And even though Gen G
Still
fought back a
RRQ
bit,
RRQ के हाथ में ये
swoops
वाला
in
मैप है. Still.
with that shield to back him up as well. Yeah, does the timing there on the pop of the toxic screen. Yeah, that vulnerable really nicely positioned. And you can just keep resetting the double tap. That's where things get real scary.
हाँ क्या?
I wonder.
Zebronics.
I was just about to say. I think it's timeout.
तुमको मालूम है ये राउंड
Time for Gen G.
जेंजी ने टाइम आउट क्यों लिया? ये राउंड मालूम है तुम
Figure
लोगों
out
को?
how to not
क्यों लिया रहेगा ये राउंड टाइम आउट? बोलना. और लास्ट राउंड क्यों नहीं लिया रहेगा? टेल मी. कुछ रीजन है ये राउंड टाइम आउट लेने का. हमें अपने पोल ने डाला. VCT Pacific winner. GENG gets it again. RRQ for the first time.
Early to try to push the positions where you're expecting the angle to be held, or just run by it quick as the Neon and pray they don't do it to you again. But there's an Odin to make things a little more challenging. GENG
भाई लफड़ा किंग जरा गायब हो गया है भाई, किधर है मालूम नहीं, सब गायब हो गए. डायरेक्ट बीट है वो भी. ओह भाई
Bit of a
Trap,
correct
trap,
call
trap.
here as Crazy Guy shifting back over
तोड़ दिया
in
क्या
position to try to go for the
ब्रो.
spray.
कितना बी फ्री मिल रहा है रे जेंजी को, कितना बी फ्री मिल
Someone
रहा है.
can't quite identify that position. Plant now in here from Ash, has that Armageddon.
हाफ बाय है वो भी, हाफ बाय है ये ऑल अराउंड.
Karan just lingering here for the moment. Sends it out and he's going to TP to safety.
Lockdown.
Not wanting to really try his luck. Yep, lockdown is in play now. Xfero backpedaling Texture, scaling forward. Jemkin off screen, able to find one. Foxy9 going to be taken down, but Ash finds Jemkin. Texture gets Xfero. Lockdown ends up getting destroyed, but now the red carpet gets rolled out. Armageddon across, the paranoia not hitting the line share of players. The defuse now held to half. It's being stuck.
Stick again,
It's gonna
nice.
stick it the whole
Hit
way.
8-10, let's go. गेम आ रहा है
She
नजदीक.
tries to reflood, but they're
बॉम्ब बॉय
too
कैसे है?
late. Monyet
देखता हूँ मैं उसका शेड्यूल.
gets in like a thief
गेम
in
आ
the
रहा है
night.
नजदीक.
The defuse comes across and he even holds on to the operator.
आकाश गरगोटे भावा.
All undone by one guy sticking to the defuse.
ब्रो
That's
लोग ने
brutal
वो
for
भी
GENG,
तोड़ा
but this
अल्टीमेट.
Odin really annoying in this situation. Able to just hold it down.
GENG
Karan, as soon
ने
as they had pulled off, they had not. Monyet having to just get in
भाई
there
जेंजी
and
ने
let fate decide.
केजीएल यूज की,
Ooh, that was close.
ओबीएल यूज की, एश की, फिर भी आ रही.
Still got this.
बाप रे.
Will buy up another one. They know that that op was saved as well.
RRQ का डिफेंस स्ट्रांग है क्या?
The death sentence here for GENG.
Oh my god, Texture 1 HP already.
Texture spammed down.
बिना एनिमी देखे बेचारा.
That's Odin Gaming, baby.
Well, it's just
fun and interactive.
That's right.
Great to watch.
Well, you know, the thing is, for GENG, it's a pretty
Texture
similar
अभी क्या
start to the
करेगा?
previous round.
Texture
So
कुछ नहीं कर सकता bro.
you're kind of
It's 4v5 already.
not really exploring the map.
Texture सिर्फ मर सकता है ताकि ट्रेड हो जाए. बस.
Grouped, and look at that tight angle being held by Cushy, but
backing away the drone. About to tell low. Texture trying to push forward, but Jemkin is there.
Trade
Swoops
भी
up
नहीं हुआ.
behind the boxes. Takes him down. Finishes the job set up and started by Crazy Guy.
Oh my god, Zephyro की पोजी. क्या हार्ड क्लियर करेगा? Foxy9. Oh my god, C खाली मिल गया.
Bit of a hero lurk here from the side of Foxy9.
Caron lurk पे जाएगा.
Crazy Guy pushing forward down.
I guess it's a GENG का round, guys.
He's in range.
Mail किस पे करूँ?
As ISO all set, Jemkin trying to get a catch over towards Garage, but no one there to receive
भाई
it.
मुझे भी नहीं
It's gonna be
मालूम,
another
सच
win.
बोल रहा हूँ
Munchkin
मैं.
now. Defensive pit in play here on the site. Monyet
ना ये round
traded out to
GENG
Foxy9.
हारेगी नहीं.
Oh, the jump.
Jump up over the top of
Oh,
Jemkin.
भाई.
Has to drop down, and Munchkin's right there, ready and waiting to scale
नहीं हारेगी
forward.
रे
Cushy
GENG round.
blocked
Viper
down
ult.
by the one-way smoke.
8-11.
Crazy Guy now forced to backpedal, and GENG able to recover after the tragedy of the previous round. They'll move up to 11.
मैंने मेल नहीं
Still
किया
just
था
20
रे.
rounds separating though. RRQ. Decent money here on several of the
मैंने
players.
बस पूछा
Still
था.
with an opportunity to turn this around.
That's just a massive lurk from Foxy9.
मेरे को मेरे इससे मिला था रे.
Right there, might have caught
एजेंसी
right
से
as he was
एजेंसी.
toggling between
मैं
the
जिस
camera.
एजेंसी में हूँ ना,
And that
उससे मिला था मुझे.
is probably
बिरयानी
a
ऑर्डर
huge
कर.
sigh of
नहीं भाई,
relief
आज
for
घर
GENG
पे
and the
फिश
GENG
है.
faithful.
बिरयानी वगैरह नहीं ऑर्डर कर सकता.
That looked
अगर
like
मैंने
it might be
गलती से
bad.
बिरयानी ऑर्डर किया ना, गाली
GENG here,
खाऊंगा.
the timing so good. But then on the other side of the map, you know, they RRQ
नहीं कर
had to
सकता भाई.
lean heavily back towards A off of Texture's attempted entry. They left quite a bit of space open on the other side, just kind of hoping that Xfero's util would buy them a little bit of time and info. And instead, it's going to be a timeout for RRQ. Last one here for Haven.
तेरे पे fish बना है.
They try to see if they can start stringing some more rounds together. It started to look so good on this defender side. It looked like they really had great reads. They had good ideas. You know, the Odin spam early to do some damage. You know, Jemkin's covering the drone. All these, you know, getting all these first picks. Like their initial stage is really, really good. Just getting beyond that. You know, can they keep following through?
Some problems converting.
कितने क्या आते बिरयानी मालूम नहीं. तेरे लिए order करूँ.
Call. See what magic it can work. Able to win the follow-up 2 rounds were RRQ in the first half. Off the back of this, we'll see if that can paint a similar story. Would put them within touching distance of tying this up. The pressure you have to imagine mounting for these players.
ना.
On both sides.
ये map तो Genji छोड़ेगी नहीं. Genji ये map जीत जाएगी.
Foxy, Ash, they're going to be dealing with similar, you know, a similar situation. As here we go again.
Bro.
1, 2, 3.
Bro, Genji के, I mean RRQ के first blood से एक number है.
Not catching a
पर
break.
बाद में round नहीं हो रहे convert.
I mean, you have the salvos.
ना advantage
for
pick
Ash
मिल रहा है
still
RRQ
in
को
hand,
पहला.
so They
पर
again neglected
why they
this
are not
angle,
able
they
to
paid the
convert?
price. You've got to find a way to clear that, whether it be smokes or util.
Paranoia, don't
Direct
think quite
guys.
connected onto Kushi. No, it absolutely
Oh,
did not.
Kushi gets
He's going to be
two.
able to find another one. Kara now taken down. Player advantage here for the side of
हमकनी क्या बोल रहा था?
Swooping around from behind. Alarm bot set up. Gives the alert. But now Genji has to split their attention in so many different
ये retake
directions.
बहुत hard है ना.
Ash swooping forward.
Actually हमकनी सही बोल रहा था.
Munchkin
हमकनी है क्या chat में? भाई सही बोल रहा था भाई.
And Munchkin will just spray down Crazy Guy. Just when it starts looking good for RRQ, Genji, something
हमकनी,
just
you are
clicks.
right. फालतू का मैंने तुझे doubt किया भाई. Sorry, my bad.
They're up to map point.
I think that got a little bit awkward there. A judge in hand for X-Pharaoh. Cushy, phenomenal start. 2 for 1
ART
for
के
him.
लिए RRQ को flank ही
Ash
जाना
able to get
पड़ेगा.
the kill.
No
Munchkin
option.
is watching that lurk.
But flank
Beautifully done. And then the crossfires are fantastic between Ash and Foxy9.
करता हूँ
Right
भाई.
on this side.
Address दे.
Oh, you were talking about Karan
There he goes.
sighing at the end of that first half. He's geared up now. Salvos are going to be
There it
sent,
is.
and Texture this time.
I guess
the one that
it's
survives.
over.
One yet left on the floor.
We go map 2 guys.
Frantically,
I guess.
desperately wanting that orb to try to get that dimensional drift online.
भाई
But Genji
मैंने
know exactly
Genji
what he's
बिना
going to be
सुआ
trying
के
to do.
जीती
That's
है मैच.
exactly when they needed to dial up that use of the util right at that position. It's been a pain point for them. And they hit a great
I guess
timing.
it's map 2 guys.
So first kill.
We go
falling
next.
the way of Genji. Texture down to half health. Has the overdrive. That's about the only ult that's going to come into play for them. Cushy one away from a Hunter's Fury though. So if he finds a kill, maybe able to get back off of sight if there is an execute towards A.
Hello.
Found you.
Spots out Karan.
कितने की आती है? Demon X.
Foxy for now still watching behind. Double pressure
Whoa, 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 whoa.
coming his
Oh,
way.
info
It's
तो
Crazy
मिल
Guy.
गया
It's a
है
nice
भाई.
check. Goes in.
Nah, but
Finds 3.
उनका
Foxy,
A
though,
बहुत hard है.
pushing forward. Turret
Oh, A
spotting.
fake fall back.
Continues to hold this line, but cannot
Nice
find a shot.
Jemkin. अभी
Still
Genji
doesn't
को
call the pivot.
दिमाग नहीं
Seemingly
रहेगा.
being made. There's 2 players have been noted on this side of the map, but it seems like, okay, Munchkin says, well, let's just split the difference, go right into the center of the map. Overdrive now going to be popped. Texture looking to try.
मेरा
clear
UPI
some
देख
space
उसके
of
अंदर है
Judge.
देख.
Waiting
अपने
over on this B-Link, but X-Pharaoh eats so much damage.
description में या exclamation UPI देख.
Jump around the plant. Being stuck, the double face push, looking for the transfer. Here is
Nice.
Jemkin, and he nearly finds it, but Munchkin survives. 75 health remaining. A stun in, but have they realized that Cushy got in ahead of this? Crazy Guy gonna go swooping forward. Ash able to readjust. Cushy now needing to try to rely on the act of surprise here, but goes swooping around, finds the headshot. Gets lost in the sauce for a brief little moment. The paranoia now expiring. Tap for the
It's over.
defuse. Munchkin around the back looking for the timing now has been noted. 4 bullets left here in the mag. And the pinch it from behind from Karan will put him down. 13 to 8. Opening map here, the grand final of stage 1 goes the way of Genji.
Their map pick will fall into their hands, but it at times didn't look great. And it required some crazy good clutches for them to come through. So certainly RRQ has come out swinging today. They look pretty well primed, in my opinion. A rough early start, those first 5 rounds, wipe those off the board, and this is basically an even map.
Yeah.
गणेश बावा
Overall.
गणेश बावा क्या बोलता कैसा है? I guess guys, जेंजी winning it once again. जिस हिसाब से जेंजी का परफॉर्मेंस चालू है, मेरे को जरा ना जेंजी का नेक्स्ट मैप कैसा है देखने दो. नेक्स्ट मैप एसेंट है ना? सब क्या है भाई, इतने सारे एड्स. एसेंट 60%. बूम को 13-6 आ रही है. DRX से 9-13 आ रही है. बूम से 8-13 आ रही थी, बट रिसेंटली बूम से जीती है. ठीक है, बाकी सब तो बहुत पहले का है. RRQ का एसेट अरे भेंडी इतना ऐड VLR पे. RRQ ने 13-6 PRX को आ रहा है. ठीक है, 13-5 टेलॉन को आ रहा है, 13-5 नोंगशिम को आ रहा है. सो दिस गेम इज 50-50. RRQ कैन गेट एसेंट मैप ब्रो. RRQ का भी अच्छा है एसेंट भाई, नो डाउट. RRQ का हेवन भी अच्छा था रे. नहीं, बट किसी अच्छी टीम के सामने नहीं जीती थी. जेंजी का हेवन ओ मेरी लैला लैला ख्वाब तू है पे. 13-5 13-4 पेपर एक्स से 15-17 बूम से. ये जेंजी का हेवन भी गंदा था रे, वैसे इतना खास नहीं था. और ये मैप पिक किसका था रे? ये ओ जेंजी का ही पिक था. अभी एसेंट भेंडी इनका है, RRQ का है भाई. लोटस तो जेंजी के सामने जीतना मुश्किल है RRQ को. क्यों मालूम है क्या? क्योंकि ना ये मंचकिन त्रास देगा रे. वो वाइपर खेल के लोटस पे, वाइपर और ओमेन ये 2 कॉम खेलने वाले. टेक्सचर को रेस दे देंगे आई गेस, और बाकी 2 इनिशिएटर. 2-0 जीती है वैसे रिसेंटली. 13-5 देखा, वाइपर और ओमेन और रेस, ये 3 ही त्रास देने वाले. और एक कौन सा मैप हुआ था इनके बीच में? आइस बॉक्स. आइस बॉक्स 13-8. और आज मैप पूल में क्या क्या है? ओ माय गॉड ब्रो, लोटस और आइस बॉक्स तो जेंजी का स्ट्रॉन्ग है बहुत. एसेंट RRQ जीत सकती है. हेवन तो जेंजी जीत गई है. तो गाइस आई गेस इट्स जेंजी RRQ. सो इट इज 1 2 3 3-1. सही बोल रहा है रे गणेश. अगर जेंजी एसेंट जीतती है तो इट इज 1 2 3 3-0. तो ये 3-1 है या 3-0 है? 3-2 तो नहीं है. हाँ, अगर RRQ कुछ एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी करे आईच्या गावात तो जीत सकती है, नहीं तो फिर जरा सा मुश्किल है. शशि बावा बोंग भाई क्या रोमांटिक मूड हो रहा है साले. क्या चलो इधर क्या बोल रहे हैं भाई?
On the ISO, and I said it in the pre as well. This guy loves to just take straight angles. He loves to play positionally. You add a shield to that, and the fact that he's able to just take a 1v1 aim duel versus you, you're not going to be winning that.
Yeah, and you guys have mentioned how the entire squad of GENG just completely stepped up, and they were just playing absolutely phenomenally here. Munchkin and Foxy9 and how they played and how they used their utility was a big part of this.
These two are the secret to their haven, and especially on this defense, is they don't give you space for free. They will fight you
strat से भी better है, aim से भी better लग रही है.
He's a killjoy. He could go play retake, but he's not gonna do it. They're in your face constantly, and they're battling you the whole way through. I think it's just such a unique comp that they're so good at executing, and
दोनों चीज से better लग रही है.
You see them disrupting RRQ before they could really get rolling in a lot of these attacking sided rounds, and this is, you know, I'm sick of this narrative that Sentinel players need to play passive. I love the fact that he gets aggressive, that he's confident to take the off angles. You see the util combos as well. That was absolutely disgusting with the nano inside of the toxic.
Bro, this round, दो लोग मरे.
So well, like you have to retake into a toxic orb, and this is just such
दो लोग उसमें मरे.
GENG. Foxy9 on the Senti, Munchkin on the Viper on defense, and Charon on an Omen. These are three players that are just the goods on the multi-frags. If you're running into a site against any of them, they are going to multi-frag you.
Now, RRQ, though, I have to say, they did have
RRQ
some
wins
really
3-1.
good
I am at
ideas
Arena.
on Haven.
तेरी
And,
तो.
I'm kind of wondering where they got some of these good ideas. I think you guys spotted something out.
Yeah, I think we have a tweet we can pull up.
Yeah.
Here. This is something I remember from the off-season.
EWC में कैसे qualify हुए?
For an assistant coach, they ran these open applications, and one part of these open applications was an anti-strat of GENG's Haven.
Toxic है बे कितने लोग chat में भेंडी.
Hundreds of anti-strats of this Viper composition. It's such a shame they couldn't get it over the line today, but I think it obviously highlights the strength of GENG of being able to play this same comp and mix some stuff up.
Yeah, they haven't really changed too
Yeah,
much.
ये
They
क्या
implemented
कर रहे
the
हैं?
new Teo
समझा नहीं
into the
मुझे.
composition.
Are you getting signed?
Obviously, whoever applied needs to be replaced, so I'm just making sure that we look good. I look good in the RRQ jacket.
It's the orange. Warbirds.
Yeah, sorry, Evan.
I thought he's done quite well.
Sorry, Warbirds.
That's crazy hate.
I mean,
he did pretty good, but he didn't secure it. It wasn't enough.
Bro,
How do I
RRQ
look?
supporter
Do I look
है.
RRQ?
You look great.
Very
you
RRQ.
won the build diff as
I
well. You
did.
are the best coach
I
on the
am the
desk
best
by far.
coach
So
here.
That's how you get
Oh.
hired.
actually,
Assistant coach right here, Chubby Ninja.
I think that could definitely work out well for them. You need to get downstairs quick though. They got another map starting.
But they
soon.
got Ascent. Ascent is the next map, and
Okay,
they already
yes.
got Ascent down. I have to say, Warbirds and Ewok have done brilliantly with
75%
this map. When it was the fifth map
attack win
yesterday
rate
against
है.
Paper X, I kind of knew it was over. You know, their Ascent's just so good.
This is
Oh
all
my
about
God,
this
GENG
first
का
half
Ascent
for
खास
me.
नहीं है.
Recently, both of these
Zero
teams
pick
having
rate है.
games on
GENG
Ascent.
का Ascent
You
का.
did see the last game of GENG, a 12-0 defense.
But यार
boom.
aim पे अच्छा
And then
खेलते
the
हैं GENG.
opening half, what you saw from RRQ was a 9-3 attack against Paper X, and that's going to be the opening half of this Ascent game. GENG have opted to start out on the
61%
defense, so
pistol भी
both
है.
of these teams,
63.
despite the poor win rate for GENG and the great
GENG
win rate
winning,
for
RRQ
they
winning
said
this
going
map.
into the fifth map of that series, we had Jemkin
अगर
in
aim
say we're quite
crazy
confident in
चले
our
तो.
Ascent as the fifth map of the series. The rest of the series was actually a lot shakier than the fifth and final finishing map, so I can see why they've picked it as their first win into this series against GENG here.
For me, I honestly feel like it's probably their best map, even before that lower final yesterday. As you say, when that was the map 5, you know they were feeling good. I'm excited to see Jemkin come back to that Yoru. I feel like his Yoru is so good. I think his ISO is fine on the Haven, but it's not quite as prominent, I want to say.
I mean, it's just
I'm not scared of it.
He's spamming Yoru all the time. So, look, I think at the end of the day, you're seeing the old meta and the new meta of Ascent. I think RRQ have really defined this meta of running the Yoru as well as the Sova Teo. I really like their comp on this map. They played it excellently on the attacking side against Paper X yesterday. But over on the side of GENG, they don't like change. They like to just play the meta comp. And hey, it worked very well for them.
1 minute में
against
चालू हो रहा है
the
next
second
map.
time they played it. So let's see if they stick to that today.
It does absolutely work for them here. Now, we were talking about our predictions. I think, we all predicted GENG here. We had different score lines. I think if they're going to win one map, I would assume this is probably the one map they win. But how are you
Bro.
guys feeling now? Morgan, we both won.
जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वही ये कैसे क्या बोल रही
I
है?
said 3-0 because I felt like it was just such a mountain to climb. But I think this is where the best of 5 really starts for them. This is where they can get the momentum, but they
RRQ
need a
will
win
get
on
one
the
map.
They're going to try and upset in this best of 5.
हारेगी लेकिन RRQ will get one map.
They might have to kind of change up their approach a little bit, because I felt like Paper X yesterday, they were set up to defend a lot of the kind of mid splits on their defense, and that was where RRQ did a great job on the attack, slamming sights a lot more. They were a lot more focused in the mains, but that is now something that GENG has seen. They've seen that cage into B main and the A main contest, and the way that RRQ like to pace their attacking side. So Solo will have seen that. He's going to be able to play around that, and playing this meta comp on Ascent, you're going to see texture get in their face, disrupt things. You're going to see the flash plays from Munchkin. I love the way he plays the KO, but let's see which one of these teams is going to get their hands on that trophy.
If the compositions come out like
ये चीज मजा लगता है मुझे कि ज़्यादा time waste नहीं करते. क्या lineup है?
Not many changes here.
Yeah, over on the side of GENG.
Basic comp है GENG का.
69 on the Killjoy. He was absolutely phenomenal on that agent just in the
Basic
last
है.
map of Haven. Loved how
ये लोग का
aggressive
जरा
he
अलग
was,
है.
but GENG, this is all of these players on signature agents.
Yeah. RRQ, exactly what we would expect. Look for the fight in B main. Xfero did such a good job yesterday of shutting that down. He has to do that again.
क्या लिखा है इसने?
All right, well, we are going to go into the second map of this grand finals here in VCT Pacific. We're going to send it back to our casters.
क्या रे? GNV कभी से हो रहे रे तुम लोग का टूर्नामेंट चालू?
RRQ's first selection here in this best of 5 grand final to see if they can tie up the score line. Guarantee us a bit more here in this series. Well, GENG, let's mind a little pivot here. Going back to classics, texture on the Jet. If they're going to be able to get a 2-0 lead and up to match point off the rip.
Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense for GENG. Just go back to what's comfortable. Like you and I were just talking about, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just also kind of getting a little ready for Toronto when the Teo nurse might come through.
Shallow 0 point, just rush your
ओ भाई जेमकिन के आंग में आ गए. अभी जेमकिन गंदा मारने वाला ये गेम. स्टार्ट अच्छा किया है जेमकिन ने. I guess.
Ash just sending out some shots here from Market. Tripwire getting ready to set up a Monyet on this top mid lurk. Finds Foxy 9. And
क्या लिखा है रे ये?
scratching their heads, wondering
NV क्या लिखा है?
try to get back into this pistol.
Expect.
Monyet
Oh my God, Modian still gets him.
Takes down Charon. Now it is all on Ash.
Flawless pistol.
I think Monyet might have had something to say there after he won that too.
Looked like he was looking across the stage at him. Well, maybe we'll hear some of it in a replay.
Good shit, good shit, good shit.
See if Ash can get any kind of damage, any kind of charge. Get that ult online. Swing on the corner though. Eventually finds the jet shot. But crazy guy out wide and switch.
ये कौन सा जीता रे भाई तू? यूनिक किधर का इवेंट? क्या इवेंट?
Nice and early here on Ascent.
Yeah, and I mean,
congratulations by the way, यार. सीख रहा है तू देख देख के.
Jemkin gets 2 opening kills for you. And then the round just kind of snowballs in your favor.
Charon actually
great
ripped
shots
here.
from Monyet as well with the classic. Crazy guy there for the finish. And still some good
Confident
spirits
है
on
RRQ.
RRQ.
RRQ ऐसी जेंजी को जीतने नहीं देगी.
Have to keep up today. Already a map down, but
मॉनिटर कौन सा मिला रे? कितना हर्ट्स वाला मिला? That is the real question.
Pistols. So RRQ trying to get through this, keep 2 or 3 of those rifles over, and then have a really strong bonus on the follow-up. Meanwhile, GENG once again pushing B main very aggressively, but RRQ doesn't care too much about that. They've got the trap wire, they got the camera, they got Xfero. Completely ready for that. Instead, it's a switch over towards mid.
ये तो इको तो RRQ ही जीतेगा.
For RRQ to just get through Munchkin completely.
क्योंकि वो लोग ने स्टैक किया है B पे. ये लोग जा रहे हैं A पे.
Backpedaling, here's the stealth drone, gonna try to shut the door. That's gonna be quickly broken open.
ये तो फ्री किल है. बस A साइड खाली. प्लांट करो, रीटेक खेलो. 100 हर्ट्स.
The plant comes out.
Bro, what man? Minimum 240 हर्ट्स तो देते. 144 होगा रे. 100 नहीं होगा.
It's the only buy up to speak of, so are they going to try to commit that to
100 hertz के monitor नहीं होते.
Or is this just going to be a die to the spike?
Yeah, I guess they're gonna die to the spike. Yes, you're right, Caster.
Prefer to probably just mostly die to the spike.
अबे 100 hertz के monitor होते भी नहीं है. नहीं होते यूनिक भाई.
Why not? I'm about it.
गलत बोल रहा है. It is either 60 hertz 75 हर्ट्ज,
with the damage.
फिर डायरेक्ट 144, फिर 240, फिर 360 और 175 भी रहता है I guess.
Forward. Granted, they do have two with just pistols, so may as well try to go for a bit of a fight here. But Karan, yep, now over onto that flank angle, finds Jemkin, shuts him down. He's now going to be one away from having that
क्यों
ult
और
online.
बे?
Cushy will get Karan here on the back end. Two remaining players
दो
from
और
Gen G
मिल
go
गया,
down to the spike, so very clean here for the side of RRQ. And all they need now is just that one orb. They'll have a dimensional drift to try to get a bonus conversion.
Yep, and they're going to have pretty
Oh,
fearsome
तो it is
weaponry
75
coming
hertz
into
वाला
this round
monitor
as
भाई.
well. Able to get all those
मतलब वो
vandals and
overclock करने के बाद
guardians
100 हो सकता है.
And the real question is how much more do they want to invest behind that? Oh, a great reveal there for Cushy off of X Pharaoh's utility. Cushy just having a grand old time, and it is going to be just that one guardian. Otherwise, it's all rifles.
ये
half
कैसा
armors.
ट्रैप है?
Gen G, of course, into their
तो
buy.
क्या था वो?
Not much info off of that.
ट्रैप ही था ना?
There's a couple players over here, but yeah, there's that dim door.
ओ जेमकिन को पूरा इन्फो मिल रहा है अभी.
Do you not play Dungeons and
जेमकिन
Dragons?
सिटी आ गया.
Yeah.
वो लोग भी फॉल बैक किए.
Dungeons and Dragons.
A little bit lost.
Oh my god, that shot by crazy guy! Actually crazy!
Gonna be struck down. Spike gonna be spotted. Left on the floor here as
Munchkin
Munchkin
gets
tries to
two.
hold things down over here at Cat. Fragment to try to buy a little bit of time. Actually, he will fall, but Karan covering
Karan
fire
निकाल
back
देगा
here
यार.
onto the A site. Kills off the kill as Foxy snappy on the readjust comes out.
Shot
of
Monet.
Monyet
Oh my god!
Takes down two, and already even if Monyet does not
For
win this
sure,
round, the damage
Monyet is
dealt.
clutching this. For sure, guys.
Ash surviving here for the moment. Spike still not picked up, and Monyet
Playing with his brain. Monyet भाई playing with his brain. But अगर Ash ने spike देख लिया.
It's a nice 1v3 clutch for Monyet.
Does he peek
हाँ
down?
easy kill है. अगर Ash ने spike देख लिया तो फिर scene होगा.
Ash still at risk, still stuck into the corner.
Good shit, bro,
Bringing out even
Monyet.
wider,
Good shit,
making it
bro.
all the easier
Good
for
shit!
Monyet with three, gets the Red Bull
Let's go!
conversion. Of course he's on
Monyet!
his feet. Bonus conversion, damage dealt.
Immortal चले आएगा तो tension मत ले.
Start.
Oh,
Easy
man.
है.
This is just insane. Great opener
One
for
tap
Crazy
ही
Guy in
मारा
mid.
इसने.
Outdueling Texture, that's huge. I mean, Munchkin knows they got to start coming for that spike, and a lot of pressure being applied by Jemkin, throwing out the cologne, throwing out the flashes, able to clear him. But man, oh man, Monyet, that is filthy.
भाई Monyet बहुत वो
Just some
आदमी है रे.
clean-
हंसते खेलते ही
clean
रहता है
rifling.
बस.
And that is a huge
अरे
bonus
वासु भाई I am
for
back bro.
on this
आज से
attacker
वापस
side.
regular भाई तेरा.
Going out, and Jemkin has got
बीमार था रे
fired
2 दिन
behind
इसलिए
as
आया
well.
नहीं मैं स्ट्रीम करने.
Still
आराम
gonna
कर
be
रहा था,
good
रेस्ट
for
ले रहा था
Fox
बस.
9. Dead. Stinger not going to be able to find too much. Is thrown. Well, they've already been noted, and Jemkin continues to just rip off heads. Texture now dead. Timing attempt to mash. It will be felled very swiftly as RRQ look to just go ahead and flawlessly brush aside.
Bro, RRQ
the
got this
attempt
map
from
already.
Yeah, they are
4 rounds.
in
वो भी
cruise
attack
control
में.
right now. Every little trick that Gen G tries to throw their way is just shut down. Jemkin in particular.
और
on
वो
point,
1v3
just leading
they
the
are now
charge.
motivated.
See if any damage can be done with these stingers, but there's a trap wire right at that door, a smoke at the alley. Very, very difficult to get through. So. Okay.
Oh, Karan.
Karen able to find one, so flawless avoided. I was gonna say, well, Jemkin.
किधर है ये last?
950. He didn't. Monyet's got it.
Bomb से मरने वाला है.
That's 6,000 credits. Munchkin will just go down to the spike.
बढ़िया है, सब बढ़िया है. मेरा भी सब बढ़िया है भाई.
Breaks the door to make sure that he
दे
can.
दिया रे
but
और.
Sparrow lingers long enough to go ahead and find the execution. And that is going to be a 4-0 start for the side of RRQ. Question
Good
is,
start by RRQ.
timeout call,
Actually good start
Gen
by.
G. Timer continues to tick.
Yeah, I think maybe they look a little bit off. They've been kind of falling for a few RR
कुठे
tricks.
गेले नव्हतो रे. आजारी होतो, घरीच होतो.
Kind of gave it away for Texture. He fired onto that first.
2 दिवस अगोदर पीसी आजारी होता.
6-0.
फिर लास्ट 2 दिन मैं आजारी गिर गया. बस यही चल रहा है.
Keep just
But now
hammering away at this
सब
B
सही.
side. Extra
न्यूज़ देख रहा हूँ,
reinforcements
देख रहा हूँ. अब भी शायद बंद हो
now.
गया ना
Operator
वापस.
has to back off because that drone gets cleared. Turret helping out a little bit, but now another dimensional drift.
Sprinting forward, Texture trying to go for the flick, but they are far too close. Jemkins Still here on
पूरा
his
info
heels,
दे रहा
trying
है
to guide them forward as
ना
does manage to go ahead, get the shot out to push into the smoke, and not yet. Timing
Oh,
to pin
good
the
lurk,
ceiling,
भाई.
the Munchkin here in mid as Xfero
क्या
comes
टाइमिंग
lurking
पकड़ा
forward.
है
Just absolute chaos around this B site.
oh my god
As Karen
Karan का
pushing all the
position
way.
no way they expect this no
Here's
way
some of this movement here. I think he
But
realizes
Karan
he's not
return
gonna be able
गया.
to swing that corner fast enough to try to find a punish.
अभी
So
expect
instead has to
करेंगे.
pivot back into main.
100% अभी
This
expect
is
करेंगे
tough for RRQ. They have not much info. By not much, I mean zero. For what was going on this side of the map.
but Karan भी big brain है रे
Bit of a
वो
gamble.
तभी जाएगा मालूम है
Find their
Karan
way through.
जब भी वो सिटी वाले दोनों फाइट करेंगे ना
Karan
तभी
has that
पिक
extra
करेगा
angle created. Just needs to find the right time. Seemingly RRQ
पूरा लेट जाएगा पूरा लेट
suspecting with those salvos sent towards wine. Something might be amiss in that part of the map.
Scanning ahead.
Uncleared, paranoia.
oh good
Catching on
flash
crazy
huh?
guy texture now though. Under pressure, dashing back and has
Yes.
the pincer maneuver from the side. Does Xfero.
bro RRQ playing too good दोस्तों too good I like this gameplay
Shot cannot make it happen. Swings out a little bit wider. Tucks back time. Starting to get away. Challenges in for the fight.
अभी मेरे को लगा
But
हार गए
Xfero
round
stands tall.
Big.
5-0 now.
hello
Will
Arjun
not have any survivors, but
I
they
like
can
this
catch
gameplay
them.
भाई
And they have the exact same start that we saw from GENG on the previous map. 5-0 to
oh
kick things
crazy guy
off.
gets one kill in
Again.
spam
The information utility so good for RRQ, getting the spots and making it easy for their
भाई
players.
नाक में क्यों कुछ नहीं हो रहा है
Karan, just not much he could do at that point.
टाइम
Just a
आउट
great hold on the site.
इको है मोस्टली अभी
GENG
जेंजी का
here to finally
मतलब
pull
हब
the
है
trigger, and
Up है.
RRQ has just done to GENG. GENG did to them.
ओ
on
मेरी
even a
लैला
full start.
लैला
Force that
कुआ
time
पे
out.
तू है पहला
Figure out what exactly is going wrong. I mean, these entries for RRQ are so explosive. They're just doing a great job of clearing util. Obviously, you have a couple dimensional drifts pretty quickly because of Chemkin. That makes things very easy as well.
सबके सब जेंजी
Gotta
सपोर्ट
find a way
है
to stop this and stop it now, and you already lost your operator, which is one of your biggest win conditions oftentimes on this map for GENG. Get texture, at least on the defender side, get texture that operator and let him just shut players out. But that Yoru is making it very difficult to do. They need to find a new answer to this. I don't know. Good luck.
Well, here's the answer. A judge, two sheriffs, a vandal, and a stinger.
The judge actually probably can help.
Only if they elect to push it towards that angle, which at the moment they are not. RQ continuing to favor this side of the map. Needs to try to clear out some of that early position util here. Munchkin swooping forward, catches one.
Good trade.
Can quickly trade
Trade हो
back
गया
down.
Flash.
Ash with just that sheriff. Forced back into alley as the drone goes up and over the top. Texture.
किसको ड्रोन ने टैग किया रे कोई टैग ही नहीं हुआ
Karan now
oh
repositions.
Karan
He's in the
backside
boat.
with
Has
shotgun
in hand, but gets timing as well, yet comes around from behind. Texture locked off there and Market dead. As the Neural Depth reveals all, Foxy 9 is dead to rights. Ash now trying to see if he can do anything else. He cannot. And RQ have done what GENG could not in that opening map. Just now move up 6-0. The dominance continues, but now we get into another buy round here for GENG.
Well, I think that GENG is rotating away from this when Munchkin starts to get under pressure, but another kind of point of contention here for me with GENG right now.
भाई अगर मोनेट उस शॉटी से नहीं मारता ना उस शॉटगन से सबको मारता
Not on utility, where
पर वैसे भी उसका टाइमिंग हो गया था
RRQ is able to either get info or, you know, if a player dies, it's an immediate follow-up with util of their own, kind of deal with their problems.
किधर जाता है रे शॉटगन
So salvos out to make sure they've got this orb.
He's short.
Crazy guy now has the Armageddon. You have a Hunter's Fury. Yeah, you've got the operator, you got the Blade Storm, you got Munchkin's ult, but
रैप उसने अच्छा लगा
To avoid it at every twist and turn.
yep.
No, ना ये wrong है ये wrong है
This space awarded to him, but stealth drone.
oh
can
good
force it
shit
back.
bro
Tailwind not yet popped. Drone to try to lead it. Now he's getting suppressed. And he's going to be stuck in here. Flash turned away from shot.
Ah,
Goes right over Chemkin's
RRQ
shoulder.
too good on this map,
A big
bhai.
reveal from Ash. Lets him know, oh yeah, there's plenty of targets in here, but you're not getting the opportunity for any of them.
Again, just great util usage. Causes GENG some big problems. On yet, even TPing. Oh,
Heron waiting for the timing there. Because of that, they play it patiently, and then they flood in. Every single layer peeled back. Ash does manage to find one here
ZOWIE
on the
option
flank.
है
Sparrow maybe
4v2.
thinking that everyone had already corralled forward into that A site.
4v2 na.
Munchkin was already calling to go for the save. They can rotate back into B main, grab this operator, but that's
7-0 already.
GENG still going to be winless here in the half.
it's just so well thought out right now for RRQ. They're just beating them at every twist and turn.
Jemkin's about to have his, what, third dimensional drift in the half?
Third. You're correct.
At round 7.
Could have 4,
Save.
no problem. And I mean, and you didn't even have to use
RRQ
the
hunting.
Armageddon or the... Oh, okay, Munchkin. Kill Jemkin, but pays the price.
अभी इसको मालूम है लास्ट भी
They
पे.
know that Ash is going to be holding the operator. Cuts one down. Looks for a little bit more, but cannot get the shot onto Cushy.
Very hard.
Everything taken
Very hard
from
for
GENG. 7-0. Now with the dimensional
अभी
drift
बहुत hard है GENG
and
के
the
लिए.
Hunter's Fury behind
ये मैप तो.
RQ might not be stopped anytime soon.
No, this is just crazy. And again, you have 2 huge ultimates still in the bank. Not counting the dimensional drift that Jemkin just got. Because he just deposited that.
ये फिर
So
इको
this
half
is
by मतलब.
extremely challenging. And I mean, RRQ would be fine just not using him here at this point, other than this one.
Oh my
This
god,
one you're happy
Jemkin
to cycle.
guard.
Nice pop. Jemkin immediately forward all the way, sprinting up into the A site. Clear on the turret, the spot on the one.
Oh.
Hit by the first, dead to the second. Cushy able to claim it. The combo working out, the knives going wide, and the salvos right there. Texture speed, layer after layer from RRQ.
Bro, RRQ.
Absolutely.
क्या हो रहा है भाई?
Gorgeously prepped. And they are now looking at a flawless first half.
Oh my god. Is it 13-0?
What a reply that would be to the first map.
Yeah, this is something special right here. Jemkin gonna ping out for his Sova. The Hunter's Fury connects, clears it out. The salvos
Is
are
it
perfectly
13-0?
Not much that
In finals?
anybody can do on GENG. Texture shut down, Jemkin frying. They have no ability to control this orb because of the salvos. They have no response. And that just allows RRQ to keep cycling ults. This is actually kind of
क्या ऐसा क्यों double trap लगाया?
glaring weakness
एक
with this
निकालेगा ना
comp
अभी?
for GENG is they can't control these orbs unless they throw bodies at the problem. And RRQ's happy with that because they can either just use the util to bully you away or just they're winning the fight. And everything's starting to snowball out of control. GENG money starting to dwindle again, obviously.
Yeah, it
just keeps going back and forth.
Round over round as the pendulum swings. I mean, Foxy's trying to get a
तीन
lot
A पे
down
लोग के.
online.
पर ये लोग का plan है
Be
mid
nice.
to B
Hasn't been able to get
या
that.
mid to A?
No,
I guess mid to A
I don't
अगर
even know
O में
when
नहीं दे
Munchkin
रहे तो.
used his ult. No idea.
Nah, mid to B is the plan.
These rounds are so
I
fast.
think he tried to use it and then just died immediately. Munchkin, speaking of which, trying to hold things down and Market re-swings, double face. Foxy does manage to find a kill.
Betrayed
That
by
does give him
GENG.
now the lockdown.
I mean Foxy.
Has that available. RQ though,
30
pivoting.
seconds left.
Start working across here towards A and
Oh, Zephyr को
dead
उधर.
Xpharaoh.
Oh
on
my
that
god, B
alert.
खाली.
Able to find one. Texture creeping back. Gonna try to flush this out so they can keep their attention paid forward onto the site, and he will be able to do so. Cushy able to find Charon. Ash dead, and now it's just Texture in a 1v3.
10 seconds left.
They're not tagged.
सुसु कर गया.
There's an Armageddon on the other side.
13-0 है ये, I guess.
Spike planted.
RRQ too good on this map, भाई. Too good.
Noise has been made. The drone
RRQ रुक ही नहीं रही है.
drop down the swing. 9-0. Ult not even necessary. Jemkin 2 away
Oh, he's getting it
from
this
having
round.
his 4th.
I think he's getting it this round. I mean, again, though, Munchkin just trying to hold his ground. And sure, he might be able to get some damage, but it's not really winning. He's not able to buy extra time using utility or anything. He's just taking these dry fights and losing. Or at best, getting one and done. And then the coordination on that A execute was so good from RRQ. Clearing the space at the front of A with the salvos, crunching together at the right time between short and A main. Extremely well drilled. And you do have a little bit of weaponry to speak of for GENG. A couple Guardians, Texture as a Phantom. Foxy with that Sheriff though. Again.
Dead.
भाई नहीं रुक रही RRQ, नहीं रुक रही.
Paranoia going to be sent out, repositions. This time Texture out a bit, able to intercept the flanker, so Xpharaoh ends up falling down. Ash trying to see what he can possibly get. Finds nothing, but Texture finds Crazy Guy.
Very hard.
Suddenly it seems like at least in this round, things are starting to click for GENG. For the first time on Ascent, gun barrel spotted out. The wide swinging Caron trying to
अगर GENG ये round में हरे ना कितनी unlucky हो सकती है.
Oh, he dinks! Headshot on the Texture, dinks through the corner. Spike not yet planted.
उसको जबरदस्ती मारने जाना ही पड़ेगा उसको.
Trying to fight for some space, but Texture does manage to find that kill.
Detail?
And now they can suspect where Monyet is repositioned. Goes for the spray, but it's
one,
going to be Mr. 4K. Who wins it out in the end. GENG get themselves on the board in round
Good shit,
number 10.
Texture.
But it feels like it's far too late.
It almost feels over already. I'm not going to count the GENG players out just yet, but they pretty much have to win these next two for me to feel like there's any hope. I mean, just
even a 9-3.
I know it's not normally great, but I mean that round just, frankly, just gets broken open by Texture.
They are still motivated, GENG.
Timing into courtyard.
Never give up mentality.
Early knife. Just sees the Tejo. So it's still just going to be the B strong side hold. Texture again wants to get a little bit aggro, but that drone ready and waiting for him.
Cleared out.
Yep.
And we'll just go ahead and slide back here at Pizza. Munchkin trying to hold the cat again. Once again falls to the wayside. Dimensional.
Bro, कितना ult आ रहा है जेमकिन के पास? Hello.
Window broken for him. Sprinting around. Here's the footsteps from Texture. Knows that he's going to be bounding up. And then the exit. The site completely held. No one to speak of. Reveal onto one. Spray down.
Wait,
into hell. Texture
hello?
does come away with that kill. Equalizes the player
Tag
count now
उधर
to a
किधर गया?
4-4.
Gotta hit a god tier paranoia here from Karan. Just hits back
Connect
Gen.
on the two, but yep, back Gen's gonna be good enough to get them into this one, and now Karan swings out from main. And GENG looking great here on the retake. Xpharaoh still late on that lurk, trying to fight his way in towards the site. Cannot make it happen.
2-9.
Texture. Another massive round from him. Another round win for GENG. Chance at a 9-3. But still,
round in the half.
I guess
for the side of
it is 10-2.
Well, they're starting to do it. Munchkin's getting destroyed.
Yes.
No
वो one side kill रही है.
Great paranoia.
हम कहीं 3-0 बोल रहा था तू. तेरी तो. I already told you it's 3-1.
Together. Texture focused in.
And one more.
मैंने already तुझे बता दिया है.
Get the op.
RRQ को तू हल्के में ले रहा था. एक मैच तो लेगी भाई.
Xpharaoh does have his ult. Probably be the only one that really comes into play unless Cushy goes nuclear.
Which is always a concern.
Very. But they're not playing for any orbs, so seems like they're trying to keep GENG a bit guessing.
A shot fake भी जाने वाले क्या?
Going after Munchkin, I think.
Slide back, Crazy Guy.
A shot पे एंट्री मिला. एमेन तो एक भी नहीं खेल रहा. एमेन पुश भी कोई नहीं देख रहा है.
Is he in the same spot he's been in
Raymond कोई
every
पुश नहीं किया.
Where could he be? Here he is, and this time he's able to come away 2 kills once
9-3.
again. But that extra layer of Foxy9 there to trade
9-3
out
it is.
was added into the mix. 9-3, looking all but certain here for the moment. Spike now stuck.
Nice little micro adjustment from GENG. Calling in Foxy9 to give Munchkin a little bit of help. He needed it. Even though in this round, much better results for Munchkin.
Oh my god, Texture का पोजी समझ
Kills there,
जाएगा
just hold the
अभी.
same spot. Sometimes that does work. You fool people.
अरे.
This means though, Xfero, I mean, he's got the spike. He's going to be stuck into pizza. He doesn't want to give this angle over, but never mind.
Oh my god!
Take it down. A little bit of
No
damage
way!
Tagged at 42, but now we go
RRQ winning this round.
There's Karan and Foxy. Have to try to clutch, otherwise RRQ looking to pull off this 10-2. What a recovery of this round it would be. Paranoia still available.
No way, bhai.
Split away from one another. Shadows traveling. No way to double up this blind. Throw behind the box.
Spam it.
Will they lend credence to this at all? Do they go for that kind of spam? Smoke into boats. Foxy trying to push forward. Xfero staying quiet, looking for it, cannot find it, but
Last
now
one
a
HP.
1v1. 30
10-2.
HP on Karan. A clutch call
10-2.
the previous map, but this time not to be. Crazy
10-2.
guy with a 3K gets RRQ a 10-2 half.
Just tremendous stuff from RRQ.
RRQ अगर पहला राउंड जीतती है तो it is 13-4.
dialed up. I mean, even little things like breaking the window for.
अगर पहला राउंड हारती है तो it is 13-7.
Right as he was getting there. Like everything in lockstep for them here on Ascent. And GENG
Foxy 9 ने पूरे सीरीज के किल हेवन में मार दी.
Well, they probably haven't.
तेरी तो कुछ भी बोलते रहता
Other than
है.
a few scrims, maybe.
Certainly is not looking good for them, but for RRQ looking
कुछ
damn
भी
near
बोलते रहता है
immaculate.
भाई. भाई अनलकी हो रहा है वो.
I mean, right now, guess who's been having a real hard time? I think it'd be difficult to agree.
What is the meaning of
With the
kin,
defense
guys?
Here, in
pointing
this
the
map
other
in
way.
particular.
Yeah, I'm pointing the other way.
ओ दोनों के नाम में एंड में किन है इसलिए.
Oh, okay, let's see. Which is worse?
Which is worse?
What?
Bro,
Listen to
controversial
HSK's
question.
compilation of life quotes for an hour?
Is that a thing, or is it just something that we fabricated?
I don't know. This must be some
Oh,
meme I don't know
नीचे
about.
का भी
Are we
पढ़ना
allowed
है.
to lie on the internet? I'm not sure about.
क्या है वो सब?
Maybe yeah, you know, maybe he's got a ton of quotes.
We've just become your average social media user.
Pretty much.
Just making things up.
Something and then a picture of somebody sitting on a beach in the, watching the sunset.
Yeah, right.
2v4,
exactly.
Hana.
It's like, wow, really enjoying my vacation.
Yeah.
When you're actually just in your basement.
Well, GENG need to pull off a monstrous comeback if they want to get themselves up to match point. Otherwise, looking like RRQ will very
ना
swiftly
ये मैप तो नहीं ले
take us
सकती
over to Lotus
जेंजी.
for map number 3 and give us that time.
RRQ ऐसे नहीं छोड़ेगा ये मैप.
Badly would love to see.
RRQ really holding
Oh
on
my
to you
God.
until early.
Be aggressive. Oh my god.
Instantaneous with the first.
Guys, it's
finds the
13-4.
second with Monyet
It's 13-4.
sandwiched in
Final
between.
score is 13-4. 13-4. लिख के ले लो,
Still
लिख
alone
के.
today. Needing to find the opening. Xfero held back. Gate crash already being sent out as well for Jemkin to try to join in.
13-3 ने 13-4 या 13-2 खत्म.
Here on the Sova.
कर.
The line
जेंजी
is
नेक्स्ट
the
राउंड
way
फोर्स
being
करती
played
है
on this Jets
तो
map.
it's 13-2 ends.
We've seen him do it before. Seen some crazy pistol stuff.
अगर
Texture.
जेंजी इको करती है
Some damage on the
तो it's
Monyet. Does
13-4.
have that paranoia, but extra out a little bit wider. Doesn't manage to find the kill, and now he has planted himself firmly in the dead center of
हम
the
कहने
site.
ये कैसा है लोटस कैसा है
Crazy guy
जेंजी का.
takes him down.
लोटस तो क्रेजी होगा रे क्योंकि वो मंचकिन वाइपर लेके खेलने वाला है.
Well, the early patience paying off here for RRQ.
13-3 not
GENG
possible.
Started this round playing way back towards their spawn, expecting some kind of aggression. I mean, they have to be super careful.
नहीं एक्चुअली 13-3
They just they clear
एक
the,
बाई
they clear
जीतेगी
the turret,
बस.
and they're like, okay, 3-2-1, we go. And Monyet and Jemkin are there to just shut him down.
But that play can't be a 3-2-1. It needs to be okay.
मतलब
they're
नेक्स्ट
clearing
गेम
the turret, now
लोटस
we
जीत
go.
रही है
Yeah, no, I
जेंजी.
know.
Far too delayed.
और फिर
Things off
आइस
kilter
बॉक्स
clearly
भी
here
जेंजी
for
का अच्छा है
GENG.
एज कंपेयर टू आरआरक्यू.
Continuing to
I
just
guess.
be gorgeous on this map. 18-9-2 for Jemkin.
So it's 3-1
Already
guys.
over halfway towards
My prediction.
drift. See if he's going to be able to find a texture going in for the entry, but Jemkin is right here ready.
Mayor!
Waiting for him. Just every villain in a classic
Corsair.
horror movie No matter how many doors you
13-2.
run through, how many counties over you might drive through, the monster is right there, always at your heels.
It's like Freddy Krueger, man, just in your dreams.
I think Jemkin will be in their nightmares tonight, regardless of the outcome of this series.
Haga. Monia bhai hage.
Fighting back for a headshot there on Amaniet. Karan pushing forward, Jiggle peek
Oh,
out,
इसको spot
swings
किया.
for the free fire, is able to find it. Cushy taken down. But it's only that Spectre upgrade.
3v3. अबे क्या बफर है यार? Bro, what, bro? क्या?
Oh, Karan at the door, though.
Finds another, drops down, however, the salvo's right there waiting for him.
2v2.
Numbers the stealth drone, plays off of that misinformation.
1v1. Foxy versus Crazy 9. I guess Crazy 9 wins it.
But now Foxy would love to close the gap.
No!
Instead, plants his feet.
I'm wrong!
Dodges the bullet.
ये इतना क्यों बफर हो रहा है यार?
Managed to make it happen once again here for the side of GENG. It's another forced attempt this time rather than a thrifty. As they deny away that momentum off the back of the pistol.
Hey, you just felt like it might be kind of done. Texture can't get in there. RRQ fully anticipating it, having 3 players on the B site. Not much you can do, but Karan, little run and gun. A couple different kills that way. One with the Spectre, one with the picked up.
एक बार 11-2 कमबैक किया था जेंजी ने लोटस में. हर बार थोड़ी करेगी यार. It is simple भाई. हर बार कैसे क्या कमबैक कर सकती है? भाई फेनेटिक हर बार कमबैक कर सकती है. फेनेटिक मुझे फेनेटिक पे बहुत भरोसा है कमबैक में.
He'll only have his ult for next round. What could go wrong?
Fnatic is crazy in coming back.
Crazy guy, maybe with an
They never give up. Never, ever.
For now, entry
जब तक सामने वाले का 13 नहीं होता तब तक.
On the opposite side, and they say, okay, well, we think that we have this Killjoy locked in position. Riley, we're correct, but what in the hell
Foxy
just happened? Foxy, that final bullet.
हम कने
just straying in.
Foxy का मजाक बना रहा था. छोटे.
Go ahead and quote Sideshow about Victor in a certain horseshoe in a certain place, but 4K Cushy with a Bulldog gonna look to try to do some additional damage here, but will not be able to turn this round on its head, you would suspect. There you go, final put down from Karan. GENG now up to 4-round wins, but RRQ still so far out in front.
Yeah, I mean, just some nice play here from Foxy9. You know, RRQ might have thought they had Foxy9 locked in, but little did they know, they're the ones who are actually locked in with him. He just mows them down. But again, huge weapon advantage, so it do be like that sometimes. And you do have a Hunter's Fury for Ash, still though, dimensional.
ये round retake में इसका ult है अपने Jemkin का.
It's gonna be getting a little bit of info. Tejo, that Omen. Gonna be super surprising, but you didn't see Jemkin over there. That might lead you to believe this is the weak side.
A split, 4 A shot, 1 A main late.
Cautious with
is it the call?
Until he has to. Hasn't shown any util.
Or late round mid to B.
Might have been a minor spot out there on the
A shot fake mid to B.
Maybe elbow exposed either way. Texture now having the confirmation of his position. Meantime though, double push up quietly in towards market. Cam, however,
दो भी पे
now
Cypher
cleared
side
out.
पे पूरा.
Hopes to try to escort them forward. Crazy guy. He's gonna slowly make his way down towards alley. Salvos at the ready, sending them to try to delay even further. Sparrow and Cushy both tucked here at boats. 0 point scouting them
very
out.
hard for
Telling the
GENG.
story. Now they need to try to win the fight. Fragment is able to find one. Shots across through the wall, coming up huge, and Karan.
Nah, not
good for
hard.
one.
Sorry,
Taking
my
it
bad.
down, but that now leaves Moniet all alone versus 4. He'll be forced to save.
Well, okay.
Not hard, my bad.
Hacker side starting to look pretty nice for Gen G. It's just it has to be so good. You know, you only have a couple rounds for air. And this time they're able to really figure this out pretty nicely. It looked like to me they might fall into RRQ's trap of trying to go A, and then they get crunched on instead. They just slide towards mid. No resistance. Dexter finds the final kill. Monyel.
पहले गोली उसने चलाई.
He does Monyel from time to time.
He does Monyel. Yeah, a little bit.
Last couple rounds, a little bit less of that. As, yeah, Fragment there, just final hit.
We're starting to see some good util from Munchkin. Something that was not available for Gen G on the defender's side. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, they're still in good spirits. They're still having fun down there.
They're starting to believe.
I just watched that movie the other night.
Well, they might. I'm not necessarily sold on it quite just yet. I think it's going to take a bit more. For now, forced onto a thrifty here. Thrifty attempt, one should say, is RRQ. Bucky in the hand of Monyet, looking to do some damage.
सबसे बेस्ट है गए.
Way up there.
Mid और A shot push देखने का सबसे best.
Position that everybody plays.
कोई ना कोई मिल ही जाता है.
Trying to catch someone off guard here, perhaps.
For sure.
Fragment to check over towards Wine. No one flushed out into the open.
I mean, they're being pretty smart about some of their early clears. But this time, RRQ is one double down on that, but no resistance at all on the A side is.
Oh, Monyet ने angle छोड़ा और ये लोग A shot है.
Literally no contact at A main, a little bit here at short. And they're just going to try to march on forward. Here comes that Bucky.
Monyet. And the hound him down.
No way! No way, Monyet!
On the floor.
You do this!
Shut the spike behind it.
Spike A side drop है.
For Monyet. Quick TP. Cannot deny the grab of that spike, but Monyet, he is looking to secure them this thrifty win. Good lord. The heroics from him.
इस शॉट पे एक और गन है क्या? ले लिया क्या?
Out from the shadows.
नहीं लिया. भाई जेमकिन को गन दे
Over
दिया.
the top, needing to be cleared. Karen has to tuck back away. As Foxy finds another collab with the Outlaw. This time, Crazy Guy, Monyet, both going to be taken down. Vandal, however, here in the hands of Jemkin. Because she will fall. Xparrow finding one. The TP in. Jemkin steadies the aim. Finds the hit. And now it is all on Texture. Doesn't believe in the fake. Spots the real thing.
Oh my god! Texture!
Clutch.
What was that?
Some of these rounds are just
What was that?
absolutely
Bro, no.
unbelievable.
No.
Deus Ex Machina for Gen G.
I don't believe that, bhai. I don't believe.
I just love this from Monyet. Just finds the perfect timing. And Foxy feeling something special with those
जेमकिन का
Outlaws.
POV देखना था यार.
Texture though knew there was Xparrow coming out a window. Gen G had just lost a player there. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we're about ready for an RRQ timeout
11-6.
now. Stop the bleeding and just end this. Try to send this over towards Lotus a little bit quicker. A map that Gen G absolutely dismantled them on last time, but right now RRQ's, you know, this defender side starting to show some weaknesses, and it's the early map exploration that Gen G is doing in particular. Like, they're being really diligent about, okay, are they A main? No, let's check short. Okay, nobody's been at either of those. Let's try A. And even though there's a Bucky waiting for them and causes them problems, it's still at the macro level the right read. It's just you done got Buckied. That happens.
Similar scoreline to the final timeout used in the series yesterday from RRQ, but a very different context. 12-6 is when they opted to go for that one versus Paper Rex.
सबके prediction wrong हो गए.
Certainly because they are feeling a lot
prediction?
more pressure. Still have a very healthy lead though. 5 rounds ahead.
समझा नहीं मैं मयूर भाई.
Just want to get this map over with so they can focus on Lotus.
Yeah, I was just about to say, using that 0 point to clear space for the lockdown. And, you know, RRQ knew it. They were already in a position where...
Jemkin though, pushing forward, looking for a bit of a timing. Gate crashes back across over towards A.
Very hard retake.
Entry into the site.
Very hard
through
retake.
is still thrown. Tries
No
to chase
ults.
forward.
एक साइफर अल्ट है बस, एक किल मिला तो अल्ट कर सकता है बस.
Moving towards backstairs. As ping reveal comes through. Hunter's Fury from Ash here out from Bodes.
Oh, Ash
seeking
was...
target. Null command popped. Texture trying to scale forward, but Xpero just a bit snap here.
Xpero अल्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहा है?
Headshot to shut him down. Foxy tucking back around the corner.
Xpero अल्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहा है?
As neural theft gets revealed, but finds the timing. Picks off the enemy sniper, but the flood gets ready to come in. Foxy. Dead is Cushy, finds that kill. Off from Monyet, goes a little bit wide. Ashley able to find Cushy. Karan going to be taken out, but Munchkin now finds Monyet. Defuse starting.
No!
He's looking to hold this one down. Trying desperately.
No!
But the swoop forward from Munchkin. It's another Red Bull clutch. Another narrow round win. But somehow GENG continues to keep the ball rolling. They carry nothing forward. But they don't let RRQ get this up to map point off the back of the timeout.
बाप रे, GENG क्या बच रही है? नोबी भावा.
They read the situations really well. GENG finds their opening for the lockdown.
क्या बचाया इसने? मंचकिन ने राउंड.
The whole way.
भाई.
Kind of fighting tooth and nail for these.
वापस कमबैक ना हो जाए. 11-2.
You know, shorty in hand, waiting for that smoke to go down.
Oh my God.
The nano. Hold the angles. Texture. Okay.
नहीं तोड़ता फिर भी चलता रहे. डिटेक्ट नहीं होता.
Now that they get the gate crash, start sliding forward. Displace that hero rifle. Another gate crash. Sent right back over towards Alley though. He looks to rejoin, but this could just end up being a little bit of a pacier hit as Texture would check on that hard left angle. Dashes back in, so Tailwind now burn.
Man, if I'm GENG, I am so nervous about like a Hunter's Fury Armageddon combo into B main.
Oh, sure.
That is so frightening. I think they only saw the one.
Yeah, don't believe.
2 राउंड चाहिए बेचारे RRQ को ये मैप जीतने.
There's 2 there.
Still gonna be within the vicinity.
I think they got the spot on the car, and I just saw some pings, or at least they know, or it's highly suspicious.
9-3 cuts.
This though, they're starting to move forward into his line of sight. Jemkin is able to find the readjust. Munchkin taken down. Clone set. Tries to snap there onto Foxy. Cannot make it happen. Drone cleared. That Vandal on the floor, but potentially recoverable for one of these RRQ players.
Look at this.
Oh my God. Texture on lurk.
Texture.
Try to route into that.
और वो लोग भी मिट्टू भी जा रहे हैं.
He's just calling for the pivot, but now the tripwire is going to be telling them everything they need to know. As there's the Hunter's Fury, there's the reveal. Second shot going to be going wide. Third one splits the difference in between several players. The spike now being brought forward. You can see there the Armageddon.
Oh भाई मुश्किल है. नहीं. Bro.
It's been a whip. It's a
Bro उसने अल्ट.
Oh my God. Forward and lumber. Able to find Cushy.
Crazy guy ने अल्ट किए.
Xpero dead. Foxy holds down the flank. One more player on the angle. Monyet does manage to take him down to make it.
भाई पूरा राउंड RRQ के का अगर क्रेजी गाय के अल्ट जरा खतरनाक होती तो.
GENG will survive. And it's going to be 3 rounds left separating these two teams.
Actually अगर वो सही भी अल्ट करता फिर भी प्लांट हो जाता ना.
Texture.
They have the pinch. Monyet, however, has the shots. TP's back over to Gelato. How badly do you want to try to go for it? Seems like maybe a mischaracterization of his placement.
अगर वो सही अल्ट भी करता फिर भी प्लांट तो होना ही था ना दोस्तों. अल्ट आने के लिए टाइम लगता है. रिप्ले में दिखेगा रुको.
I'm not here to judge you.
नहीं प्लांट हो गया था. हाँ प्लांट तो होना ही था.
What just the
अगर
narrow
उसने
margins here for GENG.
साइड घुसने से पहले ही अल्ट किया रहता तो हो जाता था.
I think understanding well ahead of time. I'm sure Munchkin screaming, hey, they've got the Armageddon. Don't plant it backside. Plant it in the middle.
करना ही पड़ेगा. Obvious है.
Now it's a very different scoreline to that final timeout.
Well, think back to round 14. Think back to an obvious buy-up.
Yes.
An obvious buy-up for GENG. That's where this all started. You know it's going to come through as RRQ.
क्या बनाया था
that
उसने
they're
रे?
gonna force
समझा नहीं
buy
मुझे.
there. You're not able to get the round.
Wood.
And since then, it's been all
Wood की
GENG.
fan. Wood का fan.
And, you know, a bunch of
Oh,
crazy
Heretic.
clutches. Oh, a Heretics fan. Let's go.
देख रहा
Congrats to
Pacifics.
A little drawing of Texture and Woot there, saying hey, they're going to be reunited.
Looking forward to seeing those boys back in Toronto. Back in the Masters, I should say.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It all points back to that one critical moment. But now, a full buy afforded here for RRQ, an operator in hand for Jemkin. RRQ was able to avoid textures at pretty much every twist and turn. GENG, will they be able to do the same thing? Or will this be enough to finally get RRQ up to that map point?
And the scary part is, not only
Bro, RRQ को समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या करना चाहिए.
he gets his ult.
RRQ को अभी कोच ने बताया रहेगा वैसे क्या मिस्टेक कर रहे हैं.
Fine shots through though. Munchkin eats some damage, yes, but still finds the kill. Monyet here at the site. Paranoia for Paranoia going to be exchanged across the two omens.
इधर क्या मोन है?
Over towards Hell. Shots ringing out the short. Going to try to hound him down. Protection comes away with that elimination. Now the
Save.
Swarm, just a shallow little lob up.
Save.
Buy some space and
No other option. Save.
Treats 4 more damage from his teammate.
I was gonna say, did he jump into that?
And he did, but already look at this. The call to
save
been sounded. Jemkin is not going to get that dimensional drift.
मयूर अग्रवाल,
They opt to back away.
तू जो बोला था वो सही हो रहा है भाई.
Any further and try to play this out versus 5 members from GENG. Ash is going to go on the hunt, however.
मैं अंडर एस्टिमेट किया. 11-2 स्कोर देख के.
Worth its weight in gold.
You know, sometimes I love Pacific because not only do we get crazy great matches, but Ascent is attacker-sided sometimes, and it's
just
absolute madness, and I love it. And you can
Camera spotted.
Go for the hunt. Go.
Recon destroyed. Clears the trip. Do you suspect this? Okay, well, Xpharaoh, well-defined 1. Push out. Does even better to find 2.
मतलब नहीं उनके इकोनॉमी तो बहुत है वैसे भी. और ये लोग को भी तो 2 ही राउंड चाहिए. दोनों को 2 राउंड चाहिए. एक को 2 राउंड. फिर जीएफ को देखा, किधर देखा भाई किरण भाई? क्या बोल रहे हैं भाई?
GENG now within touching distance.
मेरी तो बंदी है ही नहीं.
And I mean, you know, even when they were down 10-2, the comms for GENG still sounded pretty positive. It sounded like they were just here to play and have fun. And that's certainly got to be part of the equation.
ये रिकॉन मैं भी यूज करता हूँ, मालूम है ना तुम लोग को कि नहीं? स्ट्रीम देखते हो ना?
Know where that operator is now.
0 point. Johnny on the spot there is Munchkin. Op revealed. Set up though on these trips to try to intercept the jet, but the jet's not on this side of the map. Texture slow walking, checking out around A main as Orb gets grabbed up. Munchkin 1 away from having that null command online.
Is the other orb available by Texture?
Texture पूरा.
I feel like he wouldn't have taken it just to try to get the knives. So
you get the null command here. Yeah.
How do you know?
The null command hit coming through.
ये कैसे मालूम?
2 players to try to stave this off. Just now noticing as well.
Don't leak, भाई. Don't leak on this stream. Stream पे leak मत कर.
Looks like he doesn't actually go for the orb, but it doesn't matter because Texture's just gone forward into heaven. I think he's just going to look to take it for the plant here.
30 seconds left.
Use the null command in a follow-up to try to dissuade.
Good. 4v4.
Hasn't popped it yet, though.
Oh, look at Foxy.
In around the back, getting ready to come through the spawn. Null command comes out in response to the drone. Karan forced away from the doorway.
Oh, Foxy.
It's Foxy getting closer and closer, and Cushy is dead. Swing out of the smoke, 1 by 1.
Oh my God. Hi, Milk.
Xpharaoh.
I'm good, bro, Milk.
Just with the
oh my God. GENG gonna pull the biggest comeback.
Escape and hold on to this weapon, but Ash is swooping around the side. He needs to hit this shot. Woo! Whips it, jump up over the top, the classic.
Biggest comeback ever.
And my God, how are we here?
I am just completely befuddled.
No way.
Q looks so in control, but neither side knows how to play defense. I mean, to be fair, GENG is reading the map extremely well.
दोनों को attacking
right
अच्छा खेलने आता है, defense दोनों को नहीं आता है.
Where they can. The way that they use that info that Texture has been gathering, that's something they've been doing in a couple rounds here that I've been noticing, is they'll leave Texture on his own to see what's going on and then make rotates off the back of that.
No operator to be concerned about here, but Jemkin still present still going to be a concern, going to be a threat. It's been neutralized for the most part during this run back. That activation can come through at any critical moment. And he's got the dimensional drift to assist the rest of the team. What is the play call here from Gen G?
I guess it's a hit. I guess it's a hit.
There you go. Oh,
drop down.
भाई बच गया क्रेजी गाय अब भी मरता था रिटर्न पहले.
Stun out from Crazy Guy. Still has the stealth drone waiting on the timer.
Bro, अगर अभी RRQ ऐसा मिड पुश करके 2-3 किल मिल जाता था मिड पुश करके बैठती तो बट उनको नहीं मालूम मिड खाली है.
committed to that site. It's just, is Gen G gonna read this
3
right?
लोग है पे.
That's all they've seen really.
एक ट्रैप है इधर.
Needs to be so impactful here for them. The paranoia will try to buy
ट्रैप में एक फंसने वाला है. मोनेट को कंफर्म एक किल मिलने वाला है. ये दोनों साइड को नहीं मिला एक भी किल. ओह माय गॉड, ये राउंड तो RRQ का है. आंख बंद करके वो लर्क जिधर मरा ना उधर ही गेम खल्लास हो गया जेंजी के लिए.
They finally had enough. A 4K into a flawless RRQ will at long last get themselves up to map point.
वो लर्क जिधर मरा ना उधर ही खत्म हो गया अपने इसके लिए जेंजी के लिए राउंड. ये देखो
one
ये
of the
लर्क.
few rounds we've seen us on this attacker side where Gen G doesn't quite read the map right.
और ऊपर से ये लोग ने 3 लोग जीते रहे उस साइड हिट किया. कैसे क्या जीतेंगे? Not possible.
But Jemkin just holding the line. Easy money for him. Has the dimensional drift.
The ult was not needed.
One away from a lockdown though.
Looks like they want to try to go for a pacey hit, but Jemkin is here. Flash connected. Now going to be ping revealed. The texture takes him down, spamming through, but Moniet trying to hold the line, falls to the wayside. As
oh, one more guy is low. 2v3. Actually, it is 2v2 only. Munchkin to 1 HP.
Crazy Guy, quick to arrive. Now trying to play it out.
और वो अंडर हेवन से हिलने नहीं वाला है.
Foxy still working his way forward through main. Munchkin tucked. He's going to be spotted there by the drone. Looks to try to delay. Even some minor spray through the floor might just be enough to take him down at health. Only 22 health remaining.
दोनों अंडर हेवन के कांटेक्ट पे खेलने वाले.
The split on the drop. Karan dealing with the player here at Gen.
She gets this.
Now asked to do it all.
Yeah. What?
Gets the hair off. Swoops around the back. Finds one.
Uttari.
Recon cleared the tap. Foxy waiting, knowing that the time is just not
going to be there.
Now we'll swing forward. Gets himself the ult for the follow-up round. I'm losing my mind and my words as Gen
Oh
G
my god, what is this game?
Away from taking
1 round to draw, 1 round to win.
I think that was going to happen. What a timing play there for Texture Company.
What is going to happen?
Jemkin dead to rights right before the TP. Foxy 9, okay, the turret maybe not placed in the best spot, but that's okay. The nano was. So,
what is happening, bhai? What is happening? Kya ho raha hai ye?
And one more round, and we might have an overtime, and you have a lockdown here for Foxy 9. Last time it was B that they used it at. Gen G, quick scaling. Look like they just want to go right for it.
Yep.
Nothing that can be done.
It's going to have to back away. There's now TP forward from Karan in towards tree. Paranoia going to be sent. Not sure if that gets a catch on X-Pharaoh. Seems like it does, but so Spray is able to find one. Karan here over onto the flank, however, coming up with one. Gets distracted by the tripwire, and Jemkin's able to collect. X-Pharaoh going to be taken down here on the site. Cushy finding Foxy 9. Ping reveal off the neural depth. It's all on Ash, and he can't.
Oh my god, this. भाई ये कमबैक जरा खतरनाक था.
But no.
बाप रे.
13 to 11 and unthinkable
क्या देख रहा हूँ मैं?
on this map. But there is no OT. And there
इतना
is
close
no
game जाना
match
चाहिए.
point for Gen G.
अगर 10 तो हाफ है तो.
One of the craziest ascents I can remember. In the way that it shaped up with both teams just having tremendous attacker sides. And RRQ just has that one extra round in them. But that is not reassuring for RRQ. Your spirits had to be flying sky high after that first half of Ascent. You can see they felt okay after Haven. They said, you know what, it's their map pick. We didn't feel good on the map. It's fine. Ascent's coming up. We got this. Halfway through it, oh, we're knocking this out of the park. We're going right over to Lotus. But then GENG comes roaring back. Let's see what the mental's going to look like. That's something Coach Ewok has been talking about, how good the mental is for his team. That was part of why they were able to beat Paper Rex yesterday, he said. Are they going to be able to recover?
We will have to just wait and see. Lotus is coming up. We're swinging back over onto one of the GENG map picks. Let's see if RRQ can just kind of take this near loss in stride and carry some momentum over, because, I mean, Jemkin and Cushy still so damn good to close out these last few rounds here for the team to get them over that finish line. That pace is going to be hit off the top. Well, GENG might still yet be at risk, but we're tied up 1-1. The series nowhere close to being done. We'll send it over to the analyst as to break down all of the wild action.
If you told me a year ago that Ascent was going to be the most exciting map in the map pool, I would not have believed you. I have to say, we saw an absolute masterclass of Ascent from both of these teams today, but definitely only from the attacker side.
Yeah, only on attack. Definitely not on the defense. We'll get into that a little bit more in detail later, but that was a experience diff from GENG. RRQ could have closed that out much earlier than they did, but that is a calling masterclass on the attacking side of Ascent from both teams, but particularly from Munchkin from behind. That really shows his experience as an IGL.
Yeah, I mean, I think GENG did so well to even make this close. I think a 13-2 win for RRQ feels very, very different to this 13-11 incredibly scrappy, incredibly close win. But still, they did manage to get it over the line. And once again, look at Jemkin up there 27-17 with 9 first bloods. We can't stop this guy.
No one can. He's the Russian Terminator. He walks through the map at his own pace. He doesn't send it. He's not a send it duelist, you know. He is coming after you no matter what, and you cannot stop him. If you peek him, he will crush you.
What's that horror film where the guy is like walking slowly after
the Watcher or something like that? Yeah, literally, that is what Jemkin is like. Like he doesn't rush any aim duel. He takes things at his own pace. Monya is definitely the send it member of RRQ. But, you know,
That's what he
Jemkin...
says. I think nothing. I think nothing before I go into a match. I just go kill.
Only kill.
Yeah.
Only go kill. I mean, I wish I could turn my brain off.
Yeah.
Well, the Russian Terminator is probably the most appropriate name for him here. But we had some... Man, this almost went into overtime in the most classic GENG RRQ fashion. I mean, let's rewind a bit to the first half there. We saw something really interesting happening between both of these teams and how they choose to use their drones.
Yeah, 100%. I felt like for GENG's defense was very poor. I mean, both teams' defense was very poor on this map, but I'm actually starting to come around to you talking about the metacom. I felt like GENG, it was a very disappointing approach to Ascent. It's an approach that we've seen a million times, and the comp that RRQ uses with the double drone is so good at breaking these B main info lines that GENG was trying to set up. If we bring up the replay here, we can have a little bit more of a chat about it.
Yeah, I mean, so, well, it's all about B main. I said this before the game, but you're so used to seeing the op on this B main line to lock info, but they can drone back with the Teo drone, which not only scans, stops him from dashing away.
Yeah, easy opening pick there for RRQ that they take advantage of, and it's able to set them up very nicely for that opening kill and victory from there. In the follow-up round, though, I mean, we saw this very fast set play execute from RRQ with the dimensional drift that they use very nicely. But you can see off the back of that opening pick here, you immediately see RRQ go in with the From the Shadows, clear out the whole site, and then Jemkin on the other side of the map is able to find another opening kill. He's everywhere.
Yeah, that's the key. You win that fight in B main and it forces them to have to rotate towards B, which unlocks A for you. That's clearly the plan. But now this dimensional drift, I mean, he was a monster on this attacking half. 6-2 on opening duels with 4 Yorowolves on the attack. How do you even play against that?
I'll give him 7-2 because he double entry in that last round, but you see the set play here from RRQ. This is so sick. The combination of the dimensional drift and the Hunter's Fury salvos out heaven. All 5 of these players from GENG are ready to flood the A site, and not a single player gets a kill. They get absolutely crushed.
Man, I was feeling so good for RRQ watching this first half. I feel like they had everything together. It was so organized. But then as we get across to the other half, I mean, this is where things really started to go wrong. This is They're against a force buy, but they should have closed this year.
Texture's just donated himself. He's feeling very charitable in this round. You had the whip on short. That should have been a 5-on-3 for RRQ. But in classic Genji fashion, they are able to weasel their way through the map on attack. They creep through market. You see them do similar things on Lotus. I just saw them the other day win a bonus on Lotus doing this exact same thing. They're just able to find the gaps. These individuals understand from man disadvantaged situations, they need to take agency. They need to take risks and cut corners, find the gaps on the map and make some plays. And that is the experience of these individual players on the side of Genji. They were able to win so many rounds after winning that force. And I really think the mental damage that's inflicted on RRQ, how much they've had to work for that game of Ascent going into Lotus is going to really change how this series plays out.
Yeah, that's actually incredible because at the first half, we were discussing exactly that. Like, okay, this is going to be great for RRQ's mental and for Genji to do what they just did. We are definitely going to break down Lotus after this, but definitely props to Jemkin one more time. What'd you call him? The Russian Terminator?
That's what he plays like.
He does. It's appropriate.
He just walks around the map. Like, he's not sending it. He's just waiting for you to peek him. I love it. He's just perfect crosshair placement. He never misses a shot.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting now. We were talking about the styles that these two teams are choosing to play with, even that drone comparison, using a Sova drone versus a Taeho drone, and we thought that RRQ has this in the bag. This is the new way to play Ascent, and this is the right way to play Ascent, but like you said, for Genji to figure out how to make this quote-unquote old style work is, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about that experience, right? I do feel like RRQ should have closed this game in a more dominant fashion. I did think, especially after that first half, they were the better team. But then it's just when you get close to winning and then you lose those ecos. And I felt I could feel the crumble. The way they were using their ults, they're using them on ecos, they're using them in disadvantages. That's a panic move to try and snatch rounds back, which they don't need to do. But they're doing that because they're not quite as experienced, they're not as composed in these moments. So I do think that has a certain mental fatigue in these long series where instead of stomping through your map pick, you had to really, really work for it. And now they have to go into Lotus, which Genji are going to be so happy about.
Absolutely, and you were breaking this down earlier, Pilski. Both of you guys, how they will utilize this to their advantage on Lotus. Now, what is RRQ going to need to do to make sure that Genji doesn't do that?
For RRQ, I actually think this Lotus comp has been a bit of a success in the past. I like the way they played the Breach Teo earlier on in the split. Jemkin once again on the Yoru is phenomenal on this map. You saw them crush T1, but again, towards the later end of the season, T1 were even lost very one-sidedly to pretty much everyone they were playing on Lotus. So I don't know if they just hadn't figured things out. For RRQ though, they have been inflicted a couple of Ls on this map. And for Gen G, they've been playing almost the same comp on Lotus, almost the same style.